So you wanna learn
Oh my God, it's so juicy.
Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case. Cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q. We loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knox guy loves baseball and board games. He's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the Monday nights than here. Having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time for Two Beerded Guys.
The Elvis hunka burnin' love vocal stylings of Off-Screen Matt.
That's not as bad as the first take.
No, not near as bad.
Oh, blue.
Yep, yeah, that's about the way it was.
I was also pretty lit up by that point too. I mean, you guys wouldn't let me do it sober.
No, of course not. You can't record a theme song sober.
Well, I don't think you can complain about the end result as much.
That's true. Pete, you want to intro us?
Hey, I'm Ugly Pete. This Two Beerded Guys. I don't know how we're gonna start this off.
Tyler's not here, so we're actually starting on time.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm not running in 15 minutes late this time, so it's
Right.
awesome.
Welcome to another episode. Is this episode 94?
I believe that's what I typed. I could be mistaken.
Episode 94. Yeah. And we have
Ugly Pete,
Modog B&Q, our special guest,
Andrew Hood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you really, really don't want to ever see him, but he's back there behind the screen.
Off-Screen Matt.
There we go. Yes, Matt. Sheesh. Tyler has a baseball board of governors meeting or
Obligation.
some bullshit. Yeah, some sort of obligation.
he's asleep.
He's getting high up in that travel baseball team group, whatever it is he does.
Hey,
so.
What, like in the closet? He's
Don't
getting high
talk
up
too
in
much
there?
shit. My son plays for the organization. I need him talking my son up. So
Fair.
let's be nice. This is the only time we're going to be nice to Tyler. The rest of the show, he's a fuckhole. But
But it promises to be really good because we've got a lot of great different beers. Some brews we have not had on the show before. Some that we have should be. I mean, Smo Money always says you don't know what good beer is if you don't know what bad beer is, or something like that.
Exactly.
So hopefully it's all good, but there might be some bad ones.
I haven't had a single one of these,
Good.
so that's good.
Good.
Nailed it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm really excited to kick this show off. We'll go into a lot of different things we have upcoming. But Matt, what do we have so far?
I got Kevin Atwell on. Says hi guys. What's up, Kevin?
What's up, Kevin?
And
Whoa.
Russell doing his best Macho Man, Randy Savage typing. Oh yeah! Speaking of, there was
this
a
leftover
fantastic photo of a Keystone Light decorated Christmas tree that I had seen wind of. That is pretty spectacular. My Christmas wish came true already. It's not even Christmas.
Yes. Yeah. If you guys haven't had a chance, Instagram, Off-Screen Matt. Off-Screen Matt did a really good job of making, drinking a bunch of Keystone like he does.
As one does.
And then, cutting the cans up and making a whole bunch of Christmas tree ornaments. And then decorating the tree. So you can see all Off-Screen Matt's handiwork on Instagram.
And also a Keystone Light tangent topic. I was doing a little bar crawl with, I knew like one dude was kind of hosting one with some people that I did not know, went over there, talked to all them, and I met a kindred spirit, another Keystoner. When I was sitting there, he's like, oh, so what do you drink beer? I was like, yeah, we have a show, but normally I drink Keystone Light. He's like, oh my God. He's like, I love Keystone Light. Everyone makes fun of me so bad for it. I'm like, fuck them. It's 50 cents a can, baby. That's quantity, not quality, but it's the best cheap beer you can get. You get 30 of them. Like, it's cheap as hell. So we became best friends.
love it.
What's his name? What's his name?
Andrew. Oh, ironically.
Oh.
Yeah.
good
I was
name.
elbow deep in Andrews this week.
Elbow deep in Andrews. I've seen that movie. All right. Unfortunately.
I have not. No.
You're a better man for it.
Oh, and we got Carlos on.
Carlos!
Oh, he says hello there. What's up? And this is on his Facebook account this time. It's blue, not purple.
All right.
There we are.
Thank you, of
He's
course.
changing
Always.
it up.
Yeah. Let's do that every once in a while.
Yeah, so
All
check in
right.
on different colors.
So,
Russell says he's officially taking a stone break. I respect.
yeah, that was a lot of stuff you had to do.
Don't worry, you'll come back around to it shortly.
So,
Sooner
Matt,
than you think.
what would be your most anticipated beer of the night?
I am actually going to go with the what is it, Daughters? the Gunner's Daughter.
Gunner's Daughter.
Just because I don't believe we've had anything from them yet, and it's a stout, so I'm excited to see what they bring.
Okay. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to go, just because I think the movie's very underrated, I'm going to go Death to Smoothie. The Death to Smoothie movie is insane. Robin Williams, Edward Norton, and I want to see what they did with this beer.
Okay.
I would say mine's in the fridge. I'm gonna get it.
Not right now. We're good.
Okay.
You can just say it.
The Spontanate from Freem Family Breweries in Hood River, Oregon. Good place to be, you know.
Oh,
It's my
great
last name
place
to it
to be.
also.
Yes. That's right.
A lot of play on words tonight.
Right? All the play on words.
Mine's the Orphan Brewing Peanut Butter Honey Golden.
Oh, yes. The Oliphant.
Well, so
Oliphant. He practiced so hard beforehand.
what now?
It's Oliphant.
Elephant. Oh, I asked you before.
Yeah,
and you just
said it
yeah.
right. You said, and then this time you said orphan.
No,
Orphan.
I said
Orphan Brewing.
You know what? Orphan Brewing. So there's an orphan bourbon, which is fantastic. They just find random barrels and they blend them.
Really?
And you've never heard of it?
No.
Oh,
I'm not the bourbon guy like you guys.
Can you get that at Bunghole Liquors?
Yeah.
That's for the second hour. But you know what? For a lighter beer, I'm excited to see how this peanut butter all fits in there.
Yes, and well, Hood does a lot of different things with adjuncts, so we'll see. We'll get into a conversation about peanut butter, especially, I think, because
Am I going to get a
we've learned
shitty
it's tough to
aftertaste?
do.
You son of a
I don't
bitch.
know.
You
I've never
get-
had this. I don't
All
know.
right.
Yeah. Who knows?
I don't know how many times I've had that peanut butter fake oil taste going
Right.
on here. All right.
Matt, anything else?
Yeah, Carrie just jumped on. What's up? Long time no see, sir.
What's up, Carrie?
Says he's back.
Yes. I'm sure there's going to be some wonderful mouthfeel in a lot of these beers.
Oh,
Yeah, is Bunny with you, Carrie? Confirm, please.
Yeah, please confirm. It's a drinking game. Every time I say mouthfeel, Bunny takes a drink.
Oh, nice.
So if you can work in, mouth feels or mouth felts, if you conjugate it, that I think that still counts.
I'm pretty good at that.
well, our first beer.
You're pretty good at mouth feeling?
Man, that mountain. No, it's just something that for some reason comes out of my mouth. Feel.
All right, so we're starting there, guys. It is not 8:00; it's 7:05, whatever it is.
We haven't even started
We're
drinking yet.
already there. My goodness.
Let's drink a beer.
Let's drink a beer. So I butchered this the first time.
No, you just added an extra "ah" at the end, which is clearly not there. But
So it's a True Penny Pilsner from Allagass.
yes, good job.
There we are. All right.
Start with
so-
something light.
Yeah, something light.
Oh, Carrie says that she is there, but drinking Jack Daniel's honey, so she's really... Because you guys have missed a couple of weeks, so you're going to have to make up for a lot of mouthfeels, Bunny.
There you are.
And then
on
Russell says masticational emotions.
It makes me feel like it's so full.
Yeah.
It's
You'll get it by the second or third beer. You'll get it.
it's here.
No, you gotta pour your own.
Trust me, it's a tall boy, and
Yeah, no.
my glass is fat at the bottom. It's got it's a wide bottom.
May not be tall, but it's girthy,
Yeah, see, look, it's a good day. See, thank you to Off-Screen Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
see,
at that.
I think
Freaking unfiltered pills. All right.
yeah, it looks
Right.
good.
Allagash is
Good call.
one
Yeah.
I've only had like one other time, and it was a really, really good
Yeah, you
beer.
said I remember the name, but I can't remember what it was we had from them. I kind of wish I could recall what that
They're
was.
white.
I'm gonna do
Is
this.
it? I don't
Because
know.
that's their flagship.
Is that? Can you see?
I
the
can
blue
tell you,
on
I
there?
have not had that.
Belgian
actually.
white.
Pretty clean Pilsner.
That's pretty tasty.
Oh,
Yeah.
feels like it's been through the purity rule. Not a whole lot going on in there. It's just exactly what it is.
It's got
I like
a
it.
little bit of that sweetness from the malt. It's just biscuity.
That's really nice.
Now, Andrew, would you confirm or deny the Pilsner is every brewer's favorite beer theory?
I would say it is. I mean, Pilsner, blonde ale, whatever you're making, just because literally it's light and crushable. So you can have more than one and not be like, oh, I'm ready for a nap.
Gotcha. I
But
was wondering if maybe it's because like so many things are getting so adjunct crazy anymore that it's hard to get just a beer or a Bob Couch beer.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, it's your everyday easy drinking. If you feel like drinking for volume, I'm one of those people. And I like to hydrate myself.
Keystone guy.
Yeah, I like to hydrate myself
I can
there.
dig
But yeah, it's one of those things too, like where you can always come back to that after you've been drinking like massive imperial stouts or barley wines and be like, all right, now it tastes like nothing, but like
Right.
it's
right.
cleansing my palate.
Cleansing at least.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
I think
pretty good.
every brewer definitely, if they're not on the hop wagon, then they're on probably the lager or light beer wagon.
Definitely love us a Helles, especially.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this reminds me, we brewed a Helles on this past Saturday.
Great
Yeah.
segue, John.
So, yes, super excited about it. I think it's going to be, we're shooting for 4.9. It probably ended up around 4.6, 4.7. Smell Money screwed that up somehow, somewhere.
Smartest man in beer. My
He
ass.
screwed it up. Yeah. He must have been drinking while making this recipe. But no, I'm excited for it. So we're going to lager it, and it'll make his debut at the 100th episode beer share that we're doing. So
Nice.
yes.
Yeast strain. What,
And where's
what
that
yeast
at?
strain do you guys go
Oh,
with?
probably something got for sunking.
Yeah. I wonder.
I think did he go with just Virginia yeast?
That is, yeah. Because we were talking about it, and I think that the Pechanga yeast came from, obviously, it's the Mexican lager strain. But then, ironically enough, that came from Weinstephen's Pilsner, and they sent it to Mexico, and it mutated, and then, yeah. That's
Oh.
like the closest lineage.
Okay.
That's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably that's what we used.
Yeah.
So
Which I love that yeast strain.
Yeah, he used a lot of big words that I did not comprehend.
That's nice.
I remember that.
Yeah.
he did.
Way
Yeah.
more intelligent than most guests, like myself. All right.
Well, so for Hood's sake here, after we drink it, we talk about it briefly. Then we're gonna rate it. Okay. Our rating system is on the Untapped 5.0 scale
Okay.
in quarter increments.
Okay.
So for us, a score of a 3 is a perfectly average beer. Mm-hmm. Okay. When you go up, when you get to a 4, that's like not only is this beer a really well crafted good beer, but when I get to a 4, that's where I'm going to start seeking this beer out. Mm-hmm. Okay. When a 4.5 is about as perfect a beer as you can get, and then above 4.5, that's really kind of subjective. It's like, hey, not only is this a perfectly well made beer, but it's one of my tops of all time.
Okay.
So that's what that 4.5 to 5 is. Going down, 2, anything between 2 and 3. It's not that it's bad beer by any means. It's just,
Meh.
yeah, it's a little bit flawed, or it's a little, maybe that particular can or bottle's a little old, flavors died out a little bit. It's not bad by any means. It's just all right.
Slowly down.
You'll
Yeah.
finish it, but you're not buying it.
Yeah, yeah, you'll
drink it.
You'll drink it if it's
Right.
given to you. Now between that 1 and 2, it's just like, yeah, like if this is what we have, I will drink it. I'm not happy about it, but all right, fine. And then below 1 is like, dear God, this is a drain pour. I don't want to ever
Road
see
over
this
your
again.
shoulder.
Yes. So-
Where's the water?
Right?
Tend to sneeze so you spill it, something like that.
and it is an average. So we take the average of our 3 scores. Off screen, Matt gives his opinion, but it really doesn't count or matter.
Okay.
So
I thought I still mattered.
I did
You
say
do.
your opinion this time.
Oh, okay. Just my opinion, not me, though.
Yeah.
Not me as a person.
Yeah. Use
Now
a
you're
person-
voting rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yes,
Kelly's not
you-
here.
So yes, and so in this particular one, I will go first. As from a Pilsner standpoint, do you have?
Yeah, before you go, do you know what the ABV is on this? I did not say it. What do you think it is?
Yeah, 4.6.
That's I'm like trying to read.
What do you think?
I would say 5.
It's a 5-1.
5.1. Okay.
So a 5-1,
For
from
a
my point
Pilsner.
of view, is from a Pilsner. If it's a 4.6 or a 4.8, you're like, eh. If it's a 4.2 to 4.6, it's a lot easier to drink. If you're at a 5, then, it's your fun drinking beer, but you're not going to cleanse your palate and get to where you
Right.
need to
You're
be. You're not going to be driving home by drinking those.
Right? It's gonna start weighing you down a little.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yes. I think it was a clean beer. I really like the flavor. I think that it's very kind of a traditional sort of Pilsner that I enjoyed quite a bit. So I am going to give it a 4. I would definitely search this out again, and I enjoyed it.
I would do a 4 as well. I'm trying to figure out the yeast strain where maybe they were going more towards Bohemian style. I don't know, like Pilsner or Kellish.
So
check. I don't know, because with it being unfiltered, because if they were really going for something big and bright, then they would have filtered it.
So this says this Belgian style Pilsner
Okay.
delivers on its promise of refreshment with a classic grain bill and noble hops. It distinguishes itself with a hint of wild beer, blended for balance, refreshing, delightful, a true penny.
So it doesn't oversell anything in there. So that's one of our big things when they have a lot of stuff on the can, and they're like, you're gonna taste peanut butter and you're gonna taste this, and it's not there. Then you knock it down because you told me I'm gonna taste this.
You said it had some wild beer in it.
It said a hint.
So my thought is, could it be Allagash White that got a Brett infection in their cellar? And then they're like, yeah, we'll just take that.
Let's recant this.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Yeah. It is good.
You know,
It's good, though.
I
all liked it.
I don't know of any brewery who would do any such thing like that.
Right.
I know a lot of them that would do that because they don't like pouring money down the drain. They're like, oh, it's bad. It's a sour now. That's how we're gonna sell it.
Yeah. If you have 250
Pitch
barrels
some.
or 400 barrels of something that gets infected, you're not going to waste that still. You're going to rebrand it.
You're
Throw
rebranding.
some lager yeast into that thing.
Try it out again. Round 2.
But I'm like, that's interesting. Yeah, because
Round 2.
So yeah,
it's really good, though.
really
Tastes
good.
like shit. Let's throw it in a barrel.
We try not to do that.
Yeah. I know you guys
If
don't.
it tastes like shit before it even hits oak, that's not going into oak.
Yeah.
That's going down the drain.
Yeah.
That's definitely our philosophy on that.
So I'm gonna go 375.
Okay.
So it's right there. It's the as a Pilsner, I like it. It's above but I don't know what else I should expect to make it to a 4. So where I'm.
Are you talking yourself into a 4? Is that what's happening?
No,
here?
no, the average is 4 regardless. It is what it is. I know the math. I can. The guy doing the book, I can rank it down, and it's still where it should be. So it's good.
You just can't really read. We've established this.
Yes. I can't
Which is
agree.
fine.
We can't all say 4s. I've got to either go higher or lower, and I didn't want to go higher.
Matt,
All right.
What do you think, Matt?
I think I'd have to agree with the 4. I'm not as huge of a Pilsner, guys, because it's kind of that regular, everyday kind of beer. It doesn't usually stand out or call to me as much, but that was a really good one. If I was going to get one, I would like to have more of that one. That was tasty.
This is really tasty.
Now, we'll get ready
So-
for that one.
So we're going to go Oliphant Brewing, better known as Orphan Brewing. Honey's Peanut Butter and Honey Golden Ale. It has no other information. It's a peanut butter and honey golden ale. So
What
That's-
else do you need to know?
that's all. It's got decent can art. We'll get to that.
And we got Jake Gregg just jumped on.
Sup, buddy?
Says Pilsners can be 5s.
Yeah,
They can.
They can.
Not in my book.
Just not when I'm here.
I mean, look at how many just American lagers though
Oh,
there are that are 5%. It's not
Yeah.
Natty Daddy or anything,
it's not Natty Daddy. Oh my goodness.
but yeah, I mean,
It's good that you didn't talk about Still Reserve. Like,
You know I'm
I think he's
always.
gonna get screwed because he got the smaller glass, so he thinks he got to fill it up more.
yeah, you don't have to do that.
is that really screwed? That was that
The
winning.
best part is I'm
gotta
saving.
drive home.
I'm saving the bottom of the can
So do
every time
most of
for
this
him
room.
because the last time I was pouring, a giant chunk of hop landed in his glass, and it was so disgusting.
Actually.
So the can art's pretty
Shit,
good on
smells
it.
like peanut.
Yeah.
So this is not what you drink if you have a nut allergy. I don't have any allergies.
Yeah, okay, I should have asked. Yeah.
Hey, there we are.
When it's that strong peanut butter on the nose, I'm always a little scared.
Yeah, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
What are the different ways you can add peanut butter to a beer? Andrew?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Oh,
Not that way.
I don't know about that. One.
Wow, I got shot in the foot right at the beginning, didn't I? I knew better.
You can add it actually in process, as in like the brewing process. Kettle or flame out edition. That's the easiest. And then generally it's a pain in the butt to add it to a carboy or a fermenter, especially some of the powders, just because it gums up. Because of the cold temperatures, it's just gonna create like goo.
Yeah.
So it's much easier to do it, I think, on the hot side, and then just get after it with it.
What's the easiest way not?
We got Stefan on here. He says giant tubs of peanut butter.
Now, one thing I've learned over the years:
On the hot side, Stefan?
giant tubs of peanut butter are not the way to go if you don't want head retention at all because of all the fat and oil in it. So PB2 out there, PB2 has like 90% less fat, and it comes like a powder.
Oh yeah,
You just add
it's
that.
It's a protein for workout guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Does it still give you the same flavor as
Gives
well?
you all the same flavor and aroma,
And you can drink it before you work out.
and it won't. Yeah,
A
all the
pre-workout
beers,
beer.
you can
Yeah.
crush them. Yeah.
You can crush them right before you go do the leg press. Hit that beer that use a PB2. So what's the best way not to get that artificial...
That's
yeah,
interesting.
what's the best way? So to get that non-artificial peanut butter flavor,
Don't use artificial
like
peanut butter flavor.
a candy from
It tastes
your
like
childhood.
just an interesting extract. So there's ethanol-based extracts. There's also, there's various types of extracts, but that just is like one that did not want to be in that beer at all.
Yeah.
So it's just clashing and fighting with everything.
Yeah, it's right on top, isn't it?
Jake confirm or agrees. Says, "Yeah, I was gonna say PB powder." So
All right.
Yeah, that's
This
just
is-
like an interesting extract they probably use in that. So they use it generally on the cold side when you're about ready to package it.
It's a brewed with honey and lactose with peanut butter flavor
Yeah, that's
and
that
caramel
extract.
color.
Yeah.
Oh, color. You didn't
You're
need that.
half-assing it here, guys.
Pick a malt.
I just be... Hey, Oliphant, just be happy I didn't read that part before we started tasting. Yeah, because you half-assed the second part. There's 2 lines of ingredients, and you gave up halfway through.
So, yeah, didn't work.
It doesn't work. We're just ending.
it's
I
not-
love.
Do you have a dump bucket by any chance?
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, you know what's really great? You allow him to dump bucket, but when we had that grass beer in here, we all pounded that shit,
Well,
and it
you know-
literally tastes like the lawnmower.
Yeah.
If you were to
The
lick the
fresh
bottom of
hop?
I
Is it fresh
no,
hop
it was
beer or-
something. And the best part is Tyler looked like he was going to puke, so we rated it just a little bit higher just to piss him off.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, he gave it a 2.5 because it's the lowest, and I think we went a 0.5, and he was so angry. So,
You get to go first on this one.
oh yeah, have fun.
What? To pick the next one?
No.
No,
on
no,
the,
no,
on that
he-
beer, you gotta rate that beer.
Oh,
Yeah, so we'll rotate around.
Yeah.
You'll get
Let's
the.
see. I'll give it a 2 because I'm nice.
You're okay.
fair.
It's okay. You don't have to be nice.
I mean, honestly, like if I didn't know better, I probably would have drank the entire can if I didn't,
weren't in
study
the
this.
industry. All right.
I work in the
No, that's
industry.
fair.
All right.
That's why it's always nice to have that industry perspective sometimes. And we've had, newbies on who turned 21 within a month or two, and they're brand new to craft.
And they're like,
last time I was here?
Yeah. So
Right.
it's have that whole range of perspectives is pretty cool.
yeah.
So I'm not going to be as nice as you. I was expecting something better since that was definitely my highlight of the night, and it came in very lacking. I am going to go a 1.5.
1.5. It's I didn't hate it. It didn't work. It wasn't as extract oily as some other peanut butter beers that we've had. I don't know really. I mean, there's kind of a sweetness in there with some of the honey, but I don't know. That just was kind of weird too. So, go with it. I'm going to also go with 2. That's all
I
right.
think if they didn't use the caramel extract, that probably would have been better.
That was a 175.
Yeah.
Yep.
I good at
Because like the caramel extract also tasted like I don't know, if you walked into Bed Bath and Beyond with your mouth open, or like a candle shop.
You know what? And I just tasted
yeah,
that
that's
too.
specific.
I really just
It's
tasted
like-
that.
What's,
Or like
what's
a
the candle company in every mall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bath and
like-
Body Works.
Yeah,
Bath and
yeah.
Body
Why am I
Works
the one that
in
got
area.
that?
Not Bed, but like
We'll
with
go
your
with
mouth
that.
open, it had that.
Yeah.
You walk through in Christmas Vacation and they sprayed your mouth in a perfume area.
Yes.
Oh, what was that? It was peanut. Why?
Now, question for you, Andrew. So we haven't like totally introduced you because you work for Sun King Brewing. Mm-hmm. Anything he says isn't representative. Sun King, blah blah blah. You know, whatever. But what do you do there?
So I run our barrel program. So day-to-day operations with that. I was like, me or?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. So all of our sour beers.
Don't worry, literally,
all
you
of
were
our-
like pushing them off of you.
all of our spirit barrel aged beers, basically all that fun jazz. So we just released all of our shadowproof variants, which that's our big Russian Imperial. That's aged in various types of barrels. Yeah, I mean, literally, I'm playing with wood every day.
Really, you can't. But I was going to give you a compliment, and then you lead off with playing with wood.
Well,
And this,
So,
this
but
is
you get
how we got our episode
You're doing
title.
all the fun stuff. Like
Yeah.
there's
It's-
people that make fun beer, blah blah blah, and then you get to do something special with it afterwards.
Exactly.
Right? You get to make it even better.
All the weird stuff. That's my favorite.
Even better.
His role is if I'd stayed in that world, would have been the role I would want to eventually try to get into because I like creating stuff. I like cooking. I like creating, but I get bored of the same stuff over and over. So from a shift brewer standpoint, where I'm brewing, a cream ale nonstop every day for till time unending, or I can do something like a barrel program, and you have lots of fun. You experiment, do this or that, and that's what, to me, that is the funnest job in a brewery.
And all your barrel stuff, does it come in the screw top? Right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So it's
So-
all of that, yeah.
So it's the...
The Illumitech series.
yes.
Yep.
So when you're going in for a Sun King and it's a screw top, you've probably done something with it.
Yeah, and
That's
my
pretty
hand has
awesome.
probably been on that can because I also run the packaging line too.
Well, man,
So literally, watching every single element of that beer being made, because now actually a lot of these beers, Jake's making in Fisher's.
Okay.
So it's awesome because we have a direct fire kettle up there, so longer boil times, Maillard reaction. So it's basically just if you have a propane setup for your homebrew kit and you're doing imperial stouts, it's the same version of that except way bigger.
Nice.
So we can make things like that's how the original Bourbon County Stout was created, was on a system like that. So
nice.
Now, we just the other day, and we got permission to ask, but would you like to explain to us what Amberana wood is?
oh yes, you heard about that?
I might have had some of that.
So it is a Brazilian dark hardwood. Obviously, that is farmed in Brazil. It's really hard to get it, but the flavor quality of that is just unbelievable. Since you've maybe dabbled a little,
yeah, maybe slightly familiar recently.
it's amazing, the flavor characteristics and finding the right beer that goes actually along with it. So we did a double barrel experiment where we took shadowproof that was aged for, let's see, what was it, a year in Weller whiskey barrels, and then double oaked it on that, and it's just baking spice, cinnamon, brings the coconut out. It's just milk chocolate.
And all that is
It's
flavors
insane.
from the wood. There's no
From the
coconut
wood.
in it.
Nope.
There's no cinnamon in it.
Nope.
It's just those flavors from that wood.
Big baking spice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It was
It's really good.
Allegedly, very very tasty.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Do they use that wood in barreling for any other products?
They do.
Like spirits?
They do. I can't remember.
Is this
what
rum a big
spirit.
one that they do?
I
would imagine rum.
I can't. It's like it's a Brazilian. It's not an aperitif, but it's like a Brazilian liqueur or something that they actually put in them. Interesting fact. Also, the Brewers Association. It's not a TTB approved product, so it has to be. We can still sell it, but we'd have to sell it out of our tasting rooms or use it for like one-off kegs.
Gotcha.
So we actually can't even enter that in GABF or World Beer Cup. Yeah, because it's not TTB approved. So it's a shame.
That is a shame.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to drink it.
Oh darn!
Oh, don't drink
it. But primarily, we'll just use it for rare events, things of that nature. So we can still serve it there.
Yes.
Like when I come over,
right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So Greg or Jake asks, so you're yeeting wood into the barrel, not using barrels made of the wood.
So we're actually with that process, we are using it's a chip because the actual barrels themselves, I have had friends that have bought them. They're like $1,200 to $1,500 for one cask.
Woo!
That's already used, and then you're really paying for the import on that, and they're not actually importing any of those right now because of supply chain issues.
Wow.
So they'd probably be even more now if you really were
You're
trying
like,
to
that's
get it.
what I'm
You'd be
gonna
over
get.
like $2,000 for like one cask that you did. I think they're like the size of a wine barrel, so it's like 59 gallons.
Okay.
So 59 gallons. $2,000 worth of oak for one.
Yeah, you guys probably made the right choice in that one.
And we also got Brett jumping on, says, what's up,
up,
fellas? Good to see you, sir. He says, Tyler changed his hair. And, he said, all this wood talk, funny, that's why Tyler's not in the show. He's playing with his wood. He means his bat. He means...
No, we know what he means.
All of it. It's all of it.
All right.
All right.
Next one.
So beer number 3? 2? 3.
3.
said you
So
were good with
Turning
numbers.
Point Brewing, out of Bedford, Texas. We got Death to Smoothie. So I'm going to read what it has on the side, but
Store
I'll read that
cold.
part.
yeah, no, read.
Store cold.
I read that, jackass. It's
It's
so
sitting
I'm
down-
going to
sitting
pour
down
it
for
and
about
read
30.
it because it
There
is
you go. Okay. I was like,
no,
Whoop.
damn
Burping
it.
a little bit.
not too bad, though.
No, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for shaking it a little bit on mine.
You just needed to roll that.
Jake also
Is that
says
what I needed to do?
he's heard similar importing issues with Japanese oak. I don't know if you've had any interaction with that one, Andrew, but...
Oh, it's thick, boys.
So what's actually kind of ironic is all of the Jim Beam barrels, or most of them, not all of them, I'd say at least 90% probably, go to Centauri and Diageo. So a lot of them that actually when I go down and pick them up in Kentucky, I'll go down and hand select different ones. They're processing Jim Beam barrels for Centauri. And it's insane. I'm like, wait, hold on. How many containers are out here? And they're like, we have 17 crates or containers that are going there. I'm like, God, that shipping must be so expensive. But yeah, it's I'm assuming
get
that
the
it's
chunks.
like anything else. We produce actually a lot of oak, especially in Kentucky. Got a shitload of barrels down there, millions and millions. So they go all over the world, and then it's funny that we'll want them back for things.
Yes.
They age their products in them. So my favorite are still rum barrels. Appleton rum barrels are some of my favorite just because it expresses itself so, it's just in your face with banana and coconut and everything. And it works really well in beers, especially imperial stouts.
Nice.
All right, so before we fire into this, it's peach, mango, and plum smoothie style sour ale with milk sugars.
Listen.
Look, I mean,
Like part of enjoying a beer is presentation, and that looks horrible.
It looks like
so-
mustard.
looks like somebody threw up in your glass and then threw a cigarette in it right when you were leaving.
Oh,
I was going to go darker,
it.
so I appreciate you being here to stop me from where I was going. I was gonna say something
gave
out
me
of
all
a
the
baby's
sludge.
diaper after eating carrots, but
Oh my god. That is just.
So Jake's kind of clarifying. He means maybe like a barrel of Japanese oak. I don't know if that's anything you've ran into, but
I have not. It's like every once in a while, you never know. Like every once in a while, I'll get stuff where it's like, yeah, we've got this that just came in, and you're like, wait, what? It could be so random. But a lot of it's interesting. Like right now, it's happening with whiskey and the way that they're taking and draining barrels, and it's a lot slower, and things are now starting to become more allocated, and we're definitely going into another barrel crisis like we had like 5 years ago.
Damn it.
Which sucks. Which
Yes.
is jacking up prices for oak. Everything's going up, unfortunately. Damn the supply chain.
Damn so much.
I'm not sure what your face was in regards to, John, but it was hilarious to see it on Can Cam. It was a
No,
perfect
this is
angle for
just-
it.
All right.
I have to go
there's
first,
just-
don't I?
Was this
Well,
beer
we're
overhyped?
not ready
much
to
like
rate
the
it
movie
yet,
it's based
but-
Thank
upon?
you.
Yeah.
About that dump bucket.
Yeah. So there's just like supposedly flavors in there, but all I get is Sprite. Like,
I don't get Sprite. I get. Hold on.
I get like a massive bitterness too.
It's bitter. It's like.
It's not sour. It's just bitter. It's like
yeah.
it's like
It's like plum juice.
Yeah.
If you were to drink, your grandma said, "Drink this. It'll help you poop."
Well, it does say
That's
plum.
and that's why it
on the
looks this
can.
way. It was not the first ingredient. It
was
should not
not.
be the strongest. It should be. Let's go back to that peach mango, then plum. Maybe that's where the diarrhea look gets, but
Let me see that can.
see, nobody
This
believes
is
me.
just- no, I do believe you.
No, that's the Surgeon General on that side that I couldn't read because the dark coloring
Yeah.
from the
kinda
purple and
harder,
blues.
yeah.
It is kind of
Tiny
oddly
font.
like heavier carb than most smoothies that we've had.
I'm Tyler. Why aren't you here?
I'm gonna be burping this up. You have to finish it. You don't have to.
I don't think I'm gonna finish
Yeah, but
that.
John, you got
good.
principles, man.
I have to.
Hey,
It's just it's
ready?
contractually obligated.
Just cheers to the death.
Good job, Matt.
It tastes like I don't know.
Oh,
like
we're gonna need a rinse though.
If you were to leave a smoothie out for like maybe a week, and then it started fermenting,
Yeah. No, God.
it's just
It's worse than a gulp. It's so much.
It's so much worse.
Oh, you know what?
it's like if a smoothie
Hey,
beer
kudos.
started spontaneously fermenting.
You know
Yeah.
what? But I really want to give a shout out to Turning Point Beer to just prove that 450 is not the worst person in the world. That you guys could beat them. So thank you. My goodness, I don't even get a rip
God.
on 450 tonight because these guys. I was hoping they
Yeah.
would just blow it out of the
450 's
water.
better than that.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, what? Oh, you assholes. And I like Texas. What are you doing down there?
And you know what? I've rarely had a good Texas beer other than Scheiderbach. It's
Hold
about
on.
the only good Texas beer.
Hold on.
Oh,
Austin Beer Works. Hell yeah. Austin Beer
I
Garden.
need to try some more.
Real good.
oh, there you are.
Well, you know what? Martin House as well. Because I do
Oh,
like
the
that
burps are worse.
I do like that.
Just
pickle
wait
beer.
until you burp.
Oh, I have
Chester
been.
King's okay too.
903's horrible.
Well, anything that has an area code's bad.
All right, that's fair.
If you throw your area code into it, you just know your shit because you couldn't even come up with an original thing.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, 403. What is that? An interstate? Look, you guys couldn't come up with Elm Street Brewery. Oh, we're on Elm Street. Woohoo. It would be
403.
yeah, Elm Street would be great because you could have Freddy Krueger beer.
Nightmare on Elm
But
Street references
yes.
all the time.
Right?
Yes, all day long.
Pete, let's rate this one. Let's
Oh,
move on. Oh,
Is it
God.
me first?
It is.
Oh, damn it. So, God, I gave that a 1.5 before. Okay, so ugh, those burps are still coming. You know what? I feel bad for the last beer. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give this a 1.25.
Wow. Generous.
All right, but
Where's
I've had worse.
I've had worse too. Which is,
I've never rated a 450 less than a 1. Actually, a 2. And I hate their beer.
I've had worse, so I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be the worst score I've ever given, but I'm gonna go a 0.5. Like it is just. I did not enjoy it at all. I think that, like
The fact that you're looking forward to it made it worse.
it's better. It's better than hot dog honey mustard juice. So
I don't know. I think I'd take that Lishman Fry we had.
Ooh,
over
I'm
this.
into hot dog honey mustard
mustard.
juice. That sounds like sounds like a beer that I would be into.
No.
I think you said that was the movie you watched after Elbow Deep and Andrews.
yeah, I'm
Thank
a
you.
0.5.
You're a little late on that right there.
I'm not a fan of that.
All right, so
I'm gonna go 1.
one.
All right.
Hell of a rating.
So that is a 1. Boy, Andrew's like, I'm never going back, Kevin.
And
He's like, I'm glad you guys brought up the garbage beers tonight for me. He's like,
we actually tried not to, despite what it might seem like.
well, your problem was you're coming in and they're like, we gotta have good stuff, and they're like, Pete's coming in and like, fuck, we gotta knock it down a little bit. So somewhere in the middle, there's gonna be some good ones. They're just they're just hitting us in the dick before we go into the good ones. So,
I hope so.
Just
right.
getting them out of the way. Right?
Matt, where you at?
On that,
Yeah.
bad. I don't normally give like super low ratings because I usually try to be just generally pretty nice on mass. But yeah, that it was overcarbonated for a smoothie. It was weird. Like John said, I can't get that Sprite kind of feel out of it. The mango, I almost felt like I got a taste of, but not really. I can only do like a 1 on that one.
Yeah,
that was rough.
Yeah.
What are the 2 things you do to beers that suck? You overcarbonate them and make them really cold. It was overcarbonated, so they already knew. They were like, we got to sell this. We
What'd you
made a
give it,
lot
Matt?
of it. Let's just
Oh, yeah.
What'd you give
overcarbonate
it?
it.
They were in it.
A 1.
In it to win it.
Oh.
And Jake says, excuse me, Jester King? I'm guessing that's probably a pretty rough beer.
Or a
it's
good
a
one from
really
Texas.
good one from
Or a
Texas.
good one from Texas.
Or that, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hear most of the conversation. Sorry, I was doing my dish bishly duties. And Russell says, hot dog brew would make for some fun can art. That stands to reason, yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, anybody that makes the pickle beer, if they put Pickle Rick on there, it would be fantastic.
They get a C and D in 10 minutes. It'd be
So-
worth
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
2
2 seconds.
seconds.
That'd be good.
Actually, Lichterman did a Smorty beer.
They did, actually.
Yeah, they had Rick Morty. And then they did a double Smorty. So
Oh,
they doubled down
Was
on
it like,
Huh?
double down. I love how you love yourself more than anyone else.
know.
Someone's
just
got to, man.
Love it. I love it.
No one else will, I will.
All right, we're on to this next beer. Anchorage Brewing Company, the Wolf Child. All right, so it's a double Indian Pale Ale.
Yeah.
8.4.
Woo!
It's the perfect name.
Yeah.
Wolf Child.
In true
So, like,
Anchorage fashion,
Yeah.
can art is amazing.
It is. It looks when we get on the can. But I'm going to pour you a little bit lower since you've thrown the last 2 out. And then if you feel like you want
Perfect.
more,
Now
then
you're-
I will.
there we go.
Because you are you're drinking out of the bitch glass, but still.
I am.
I'm,
I know what I meant for.
Yeah.
Pete is not holding back.
have I ever?
If it wasn't the beer that's going to scare Andrew off, it's going to be...
Well, I already.
You've done a great job filling
I already
Tyler,
tried
though.
to scare him off because I
called
thought he
him
was
me?
you out in the parking lot, and he's like, I don't know who off-screen Matt
I don't
is,
know
but
who
that
the
guy
hell this
sounds
guy is
horrible.
coming out of his truck.
So am I okay to pour more in?
Huh? Yeah, you can pour more.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
It's not at least coming out like chunks. So.
Hold on. Is
Super
there a hop
chunky.
gonna pop out?
No, Anchorage normally.
Yeah.
Thank you,
When
Russell.
I say a hop, literally the thing
was a
was
whole
the size of a
kernel.
quarter.
It was a whole pellet.
It plopped out, and
Maybe
he's like,
that's
oh.
their thing. They inject a pellet in each
it was.
can.
Which was a shame because it was...
before.
So the can
Right?
art. Am I good on the can art there, boss?
They have a hot pellet widget.
Yeah.
Right?
Instead of the nitrogen, it uses the pellet.
And
That'd be
every when they
awesome.
drop it, it's in their canning line. It drops
Yep.
little used pellet.
Oh, hey, thank you, Russell. He says, "Mad as king," said while swaying side to side and crushing a stone. So I just got a demographic. It's drunk stone people. Keystoners. I'm coining a term.
Keystoners.
Mouthfeel. Yeah.
There it is,
there
buddy.
is some mouthfeel on that. That's 3 drinks, by the way.
Yeah, okay. It's not as pillowy as some of the doubles and triples can get, but
It's drinkable.
its mouthfeel is very drinkable.
It's really drinkable for an 8.4.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
forgot about that part.
when you 8.4, you're like, uh-oh. This, it's getting close to my shelf, but it's not there.
It's not 10%
It's
or
not
above,
there.
but
So
You
I
can't
have
drink
my
above
personal
10%.
shelf. No. The DUI shelf.
Oh.
So you go in there and you're like, oh, it's easy drinking. You're like, I'm gonna get super fucked up. I'm gonna get a DUI. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna drink 2 of these,
because
try to drive home.
It tastes like it's 6, but it's really a 12%.
Yeah. You know, this is an
Sneaky,
8.
sneaky.
It's
Yes.
drinking like
Yeah.
a 5. It's not sneaky. A 10 to 6. A 10 to 6 gets you in trouble.
Yeah.
An 8 to 5, yeah.
So, I imagine this is a little bit of an older can. I think some hot flavors have dropped out. But it still tastes fresh, tastes clean. Mm-hmm. A little bit astringent, but not over lasting. It's welcome.
yeah,
Big resin. So I'm wondering if they used like an extract or something like that.
Let me see it.
It has no information on it. I'm telling you. You think I'm leaving shit out. It's just a Surgeon General shit.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Anchorage is one of those that usually plays it pretty close to the vest on
They're pretty-
descriptions and explanation stuff, which to their betterment, because then you can't shoot yourself in the foot with.
You can't. You
Oh,
can't say,
going.
hey, it's great peanut butter. Oh, this tastes like shit. You can go, hey, it's a double IPA.
Russ is saying maybe
Done.
Keystoners could be a whole new segment on the OSM Instagram. We'll have to see.
Stoners.
I can't tell that might be from May.
Yeah, I was born on race day.
Yeah, actually, May 27th.
Does it just say race day, please say
Right.
it.
So it is
Be an Indiana thing there, right?
a little bit of an older
Whatever that
IPA, but
Oh, Drew's on. What's up, Dr. Drew? He says
Dr. Drew.
liquid hops if resiny or resiny, maybe?
It just it's not resiny. Oh yeah, it gives off a certain flavor and aroma where it's not more pungent, but it's more pungent.
Okay.
It's more stable too, like for longevity.
So it lasts longer and don't have to worry about it being 7 months old.
Yeah, and I mean that would be a smart move for them since it's made in freaking Alaska and has to make its way down here.
And a
Yeah,
lot of their stuff,
valid
a
point.
lot of their stuff sold through Tavor.
Yeah.
Well, why is that, John? Because Alaska's not got a big population? Is that what you're saying?
Or it's really freaking far away. All of the above. Any joke you got? That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Like, yes, they have a small population. They're really far away. Anything else?
Nah,
it's
nah.
hard to get to.
Just like stating the obvious.
Shit ton of bears. I like that one.
That'd be a good beer name if you're up there. Shit ton of bears.
Shit ton of bears. All right, mark that one down. Trademarking that. Shit ton of bears.
Drew also says cheers. I don't know if you're enjoying a beverage as well, sir, but cheers back at you.
All right.
That means both the Hop Lore guys have been on here tonight.
Yeah.
I feel a little fancy.
Hop Lord 11.
I like that. All right.
So I go first on this one.
He says a lot more yellow snow up there.
So Anchorage, it's a good, clean IPA. You can tell it's well made. A little bit old. Some of the flavors dropped out, but you get still a lot that resin like you're talking about. Good solid mouthfeel on that. I'm gonna go 3.5.
It's gonna go 3.5 as well.
Really rocking the boat over there, Andrew.
Right? Woo! It's just, I don't like, you know, you can tell that when that was like brand new or like fresh, that it was money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really doesn't have any flaws other than it just oxidizing a little bit in the can. And
Yeah.
super citrusy and like piney as hell.
This score is on us because we sat on it for so long. So, but it is we do rate this beer, this can, so is what it is.
But considering where it came from and how long it took,
Yes.
like that is pretty legit though.
So I'm gonna go
Travel well.
3.75. So it's a 3.5, right?
Yep.
Yep. Kind of good at math.
That's the kind of thing.
Kind of good at math. Kind of got that thing. It's the only thing I'm good at. Ask my wife.
Right?
I was good at something twice. That's why I have 2 kids.
So we're getting close to the end of hour 1.
No.
So we got Russell, who's probably going to have to hop off here soon. But always shout out, much love to Russell and Turfs Up Radio, the Your Industry, Your Station, Our Damn Show, the providers, host of our Two Beerded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews. Very appreciate everything they do for that. So, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, just follow us and listen to us drunkenly talk about
Movies. We're never strongly opinionated. We're easy to.
We get strongly opinionated about a few things.
You're only wrong half the time. So it's okay.
Better than Tyler being wrong all the time.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Yeah,
That's
there's
true.
that. What movies are we doing this week?
This week we are doing Elf, the modern Christmas classic, and we're also doing The Santa Claus.
There we go, little Tim Allen.
Little Tim,
Oh,
or Big
shit,
Tim
yeah.
Allen, really.
So this is definitely family movie week for us. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Russell's ears are burning. He says he's got to bounce. Liz is driving slowly home through some snow, but she swears she'll have a name for you next week,
She
John.
better.
Yeah, he's starting to feel a little neglected, Russ. You need to
Yeah.
pass that along. That he's feeling a little.
We might have to punish her if she doesn't show up with some sort of name.
I do not have a button for that one. If I did, I wouldn't push it.
Yeah, that's probably not good. That's the S&M button.
Gear shift subject change. Since we do have a few minutes to kill before we do the hour break. I have a question for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
If you're in the barrel programming there, like, is it just kind of a beer gets made and then you like, fuck it, we're gonna throw it into a barrel, or are you like involved with the whole process of beginning to end of what the beer is getting made with the idea that it's going into a barrel?
Yeah, 100%. It's thought out before we even start anything. So, really, especially like the big beers, I will line up what type of barrels I want to use for it, what type of like weird ideas also that we could utilize down the road with it, or different types of. I've really been getting into like some weird oak aging. Clearly, with obviously the Amberana is just a small experiment, but I use a cooperage that's in Maine that they impregnate barrels with different flavors I want. So
Right in the bunghole.
right in the bunghole.
Oh, nice.
Clearly wrong.
It's really awesome. I've started working with them about 4 or 5 years ago. So that's where we get our like small batch cinnamon whiskey barrels from, or as I like to call them, our AKA fireball barrels, but they're not fireball barrels. But like where we've got churro that we did last year coming out that's in oak, and I had him impregnate some Madagascar vanilla bean and cinnamon, and then some chocolate. Let's see what else he do. Oh, he did vanilla bean barrels, and then he also did vanilla cinnamon also. So
when he's impregnating the barrels, is it like a
I'm
steaming
just getting a picture that I don't want.
process?
We
I
keep
have
saying
no
that.
idea, and I've been to his cooperage, and he would not show me anything. He's like, "It's all proprietary. I can't show you anything, but we can go over. But we can go over here." I'm like, "All right, I get it," but I mean, it's the infusion process is super awesome.
Now, do you do much out of... So, I know you guys do the one barrel offs, and you do the whiskey barrels, or bourbon barrels. Do you do any other barrels from other spirits that, like... So, I'm a big vodka that's been aged in barrels. So, have you ever used oak barrels that's been aged in a spirit other than whiskey,
Rum,
bourbon,
tequila.
red
Oh,
tequila?
yeah.
Brown party liquors.
I mean,
Yeah, there you are.
Yeah, so pretty much almost everything except for like aquavit and some of the other like really radical spirits. But yeah, I mean, you name it, mezcal, rum, I would say almost every type of like major bourbon. Van Winkle to all the Funsy, Woodford, whatever.
And are you allowed to use their names, or since you have to?
Nope.
Unless you partner. Unless
Stop you there, Pete.
Like,
That's a no.
No, you're not allowed to use the name on the can. I know that.
Yeah.
But unless you partner with them, and then they go, we're Knob Creek, blah blah blah. Because I bought some beers and they were shit.
Right.
Because I was like, oh, it did say
aged in.
Knob Creek on it, and I like Knob Creek as a side bourbon. Okay. Let's try it, and it wasn't good. But
yeah, if it's a small brewery doing that, chances are they didn't ask for permission, and they're gonna get cease and desist. But like Goose Island just came out with all their Bourbon County stouts that are aged in, like Buffalo Trace this, and I think like
and they put it on the
Blanton's.
back of the label with the code.
But they actually did it proper and did work with all the distilleries because their volume this year was like the most I've ever seen. So
it's stupid.
I think they did like 15,000 bourbon barrels for BCS or
wow.
something.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It was easy to get this year. You didn't have to wait in line. Yeah.
No, yeah.
And
it's everywhere. So
yeah, there's bars that have it on tap.
Mm-hmm. It's not like what it used to be like 10 years ago.
Very scarce. Yeah.
It made it fun.
Yeah.
I used to bring Bourbon Barrel from Goose Island on here.
Yeah, you brought the one that went tits up on us.
It was at 2015.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the rye infection one?
Yeah.
But you
he actually was being really generous. He's like, I gave you the nasty one that blew up on everybody, but
it did not blow up.
well, it tasted like ass.
That was the
It
year.
tasted like ass.
Oh yeah, that was the year that shit hit the fan for that.
Oh, yes.
Right, but
Yeah.
we did not know that. We came in, and as Tyler is, big a dick he is, he saw that there was mold on the cap when he popped it and still poured it for everybody and let us try it. Such a dick.
So, a few comments here. Russell's interjecting that the sound, if I would have had it on here, would have been the whip noise for John,
Punishing.
Didn't like saying that. Speaking of not liking, it's what I'm going to say. Carrie says, had a great time listening to the first hour, naked in the sauna.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Don't know how I
there's
feel about that one either. Jake actually has a really great question for you, Andrew. If you could pick the brands of 3 barrel programs, where would you pick?
So,
Yeah, your 3.
oh, my favorite
Top
3.
favorite?
Yeah, like who would you
Let's see.
chew the fat
Like
with
if you were
about
going to use a barrel from someone?
No,
No,
like my favorite
like Revolution's barrel program, for example, or like a Red
Fremont,
North
Fremont,
or
yeah.
Fremont or
I would go. Let's see. One of them would be actually Freem. That one I've had a lot of their beers.
Coming next hour.
Very very tasty.
coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Let's see. Oh my gosh, such a loaded question. Because there's so many awesome beers. Shit.
Well, while you're thinking on that, Rob
thinking.
Rob McDonald, not Ron.
Oh,
Don't
I
get
know
that
that
wrong.
one. I know who that is.
He says the pasta Pete said is awesome sucks. I'm not sure which you suggested to him, but
I was drinking with Rob
Apparently
before
that
I
was a poor
came here
suggestion.
and told him, go ahead and make the Bonanza pasta. It's good. It's full of protein. And apparently
Maybe he
he
didn't like it.
doesn't like that. Sucker. I drink all his beer, watch a few movies, come over here, do this.
nice.
Sucker.
Do you have any other barrel programs come to mind, Andrew?
Lost Abbey would be a pretty solid one.
Lost
really-
Abbey.
Really like
Okay.
their stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, see?
What?
Yeah. We might have had 1 or 2 Lost Abbey, but it's
Have we? Okay.
Yeah,
I also drink a lot, so
not
it's hard to
something we get a
remember
lot
things.
of. So
because they do. They also do. Obviously, they're known for their sour stuff. But they also do non-sour stuff as well.
okay.
So
Well, then we'll give him time.
yeah,
we'll go
then
through
let
break.
Me dwell on.
So
Yeah, he's just real soul searching on this one. I thought it was a
I
pretty,
know,
kind of on the surface question, but no, we're gonna dive deep in the bunghole.
And that's it for hour 1. Yeah, take about a 5-minute break. Grab a drink, refill, use the restroom, whatever we got to do. We'll be back.
Yeah, before we go, Jake is saying cable car. I don't know if you're
Cable car. Oh yeah.
Yeah, so apparently that's on his list. But all right, guys, we will be back here in a few minutes.
Yes.
Sounds good.
John and off-screen man. Big bushy beards and awesome hats. Two bearded guys. Oh yes they are 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 two bearded guys. Two bearded guys.
See, and that's production value at work right
That
there.
is
It
production
is.
value
That
at
is.
work.
Woo! Thank you, Tommy Icarus, for the beautiful Hour 2 theme song.
Good old Tom Icarus.
Tom Icarus. So yeah, back to Hour 2. Right back at it. I am Mudhog B&Q.
Ugly Pete.
And Andrew Hood.
House Green Matt.
There we go. Yes. Yeah, you all know us. That's fine.
Well, most of us at least.
So
Or if
we're-
you're new, thanks for joining.
Yes.
If you are new and you haven't said anything, please speak up.
So Andrew, you're familiar with this brewery, right?
Correct.
So have you had this one before?
I can't remember.
You can't remember.
This is
We're going to go with no.
Oh,
so with
hold on.
Freedom,
All right, but it has a letter.
So,
Hold on.
John has a tale to tell here.
because it is one. So it is their first version of this.
And it's barrel
Probably
aged.
not.
Spontany 1.
Said I had shitty beers for you.
Whew. It's their first bottling of this exclusively spontaneously fermented lambic-inspired ale, produced entirely in their Cascade Locks blending facility. With the windows of the coal ship chapel open wide, the beer cooled overnight, capturing the wild microbial residents of the surrounding air. After a primary fermentation, this beer rested in oak barrels for 8 months, further maturing through peaks and valleys of microbial dominance. The result is unlike anything we've offered before. Vinous body with notes of apricot preserves and lime zest. The Belgian tradition of spontaneous fermentation is vast, and they're honored to offer their interpretation of it.
That was like a Christmas story.
I like it.
Yes.
But you know,
Trying to
problem
paint a
is
picture.
they gave a lot of information.
It is.
That's
So,
more like science than like
there's-
flavors, though.
There's a lot going on.
And did they say microbial dominance?
Yes.
I mean, that sounds like a good beer name.
We're gonna go because it's a little one. We gotta go less, right? Then we'll follow up. My cup's so big. This is the worst cup. to
Now,
pick
what's
for
your
this.
favorite style of beer, Andrew?
That is a loaded question. I like all styles, honestly. That's really difficult. Shit. Favorite style?
So your answer is yes?
Yes.
That's
Well,
fair.
so like, I was thinking about this actually, like when I was coming over here, and like, we do other things. I do other things than just big beers normally,
Woo!
and some of the oak casts as well. So we've
Yeah,
actually got.
I don't think that I'm going to be a huge fan of this one. I don't know about Pete.
it's too funky.
Uh-oh.
This one smells super funky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn
This
it.
is awesome.
You know me so well. I don't even.
Lemon.
Can I just slap it?
funk.
Okay.
It is like kind of peachy apricot-y. So the neat thing about these beers, this is the way beer was brewed before quality control was a thing.
Yeah.
So everything was spontaneous, and it's like, all right, going to the I don't know.
We're going down to the Abbey.
We're going to the jousting match.
I like you said plowing match first. I like how you went.
What? I mean,
I mean,
duh.
that
Back then,
plowing
that was
matches
a thing
still
too.
happen. They just sell them on video. So
That funk is strong.
The funk is strong with this beer. Is that what you're
Oh my
saying there, John?
Yeah. But yet it is kind of that
hold on.
apricot-y, peachy sort of jamminess to it.
It's not rip your palate apart sour either.
Yeah.
I have to admit that, like, it's not the strong, tart, sour, traditional style fan here. I'm not that guy. This one is still pretty manageable, even if you're not in that world. Like, it's
Brett
tart. It
than
lets you
that.
know that it's there, but it's not overwhelming. Like, it's not turn you off of it.
Yep.
I think what I found interesting is, having worked in a brewery on the Bride Tank,
That
and,
smell, though. Oh.
like in the Bride Deck. So
It smells good to me.
I like
you try
it.
to chill it as quick
I
as you
like it.
can to avoid, getting infected and things like that. And so this one, they're like, yeah, we're going to cool it down overnight in an open air vat. And
let all the bugs come in.
yeah.
And then we're going to age it, let it ferment in barrels.
It is complex and really, really good.
It's got different types of complex microbes in it. It's really good.
Is that microbial dominance I heard so much about?
That is
So
That is my new favorite phrase.
you know the wonderful part about this beer is that you get a vote first.
I'm going to give it a 4.
Oh, we came in
Yeah,
hot
that's a good
right away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lead off with this guy that does not like this style of beer normally.
That's the hardest part.
Like,
I think of
so
things
I
like
judge
this.
I judge
Yeah.
it on what it is.
done,
Right.
Well, I'm savoring it.
He's savoring.
I like it.
So I am actually going to vote it a 4.25.
Yeah.
Wow.
For a style of beer I don't like, it was quite drinkable, and I enjoyed the smell, and I tasted it, and you were like, oh, you know, you aren't gonna like it, and I'm like, I tasted it, I'm like, oh shit, I kind of like this, and like, what's going on? And I kept drinking it, and the flavors built, and I'm like, damn, I really like this actually.
That's what I appreciate about this is it's the flavors are there. It is balanced. It is.
that what you appreciate?
That's what I appreciate.
It's balanced,
about it.
or is it the mouthfeel?
Balanced, and the mouthfeel. It's kind of that hard, astringent mouthfeel to it. I love that funk. I love that kind of kick in the mouth initially, and then but it's not long lasting. It's not. So it's not pucker you up sort of. Yeah. I don't know where I was going to go with that. Sucking on something.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going. The guys in jail love you. Yeah.
All
Come
the
on,
time.
John.
Well,
You have a
check
pretty
on my
face and
face.
you're jolly. Let's go. Keep talking about how it puckers. The mouth
it's
feels
puckering,
grim.
yes.
Puckering.
No, I'm going to go 4.25 as well. I
4.25.
think it's really, really well
right.
done. I was tempted to go 4 or 5 even. Like it's about as good of a lambic as I've had. So,
I like
but I'll
it
go 4
myself.
more.
Yeah. And the old school bottle with the cork. I love it. Whatever the technical term is for that.
Now, that part of that is for a logic of being able to age it better. Is that correct, or am I off my
No,
rocker over
actually.
here? Is that,
It's presentation.
They ran
Oh,
out of
really?
caps.
It's presentation, and then it's also it's kind of like in the traditional way
Okay.
of things being done in Europe. So
It's significantly more expensive.
it is.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
And the process of doing it is a lot more. That's hand done, right? Compared to
No, that's a machine.
Is that a machine? You think for that's a large volume they do?
It's a small like little filler that they have. That's probably like 4 head.
Okay.
That basically they'll fill.
It'll jam the corks in and do that.
Well, what they do is they also put in generally it's like dextrose sugar, and then either champagne yeast or it could be some of that mixed culture back into it, and then it's naturally gonna carbonate like in homebrew.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then a lot of times it could take up to 6 to 8 months for that to like just clear and be like where it's this is where we need it to be. It's where we want to sell it at, and it could be 2 months.
Yeah.
You never know. It's done when it's done.
They got to draw their samples and taste it. Be like, yeah, this is where we're at, or no, let's give it a little longer.
Yeah.
And it was really clear. Do you think they filtered it, or
No, that was 100% unfiltered.
I mean, it was
probably-
fantastic, and
It probably went into a tank, and then they
just went off the top and let the solids
Right,
at
like-
the bottom.
racked it into a bright tank, and then waited until either it was clear enough to their specs or whatnot to then, because everything will settle, it's dish bottom tank, and then maybe to toss in or inject like yeast and sugar
Okay.
back into it, and then they'll package it. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I like the way like you explain stuff, Andrew. When Kevin's on here, I'm like, there's so many words just go like way over my head, and I'm like,
technical
I can,
words. No.
I can keep up with you.
Yeah.
It's really easy. Like honestly, like the process. It's going back to like homebrewing 101 back in the day, where before like soda kegs, like you could artificially carbonated beer at your house, it was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of sugar. Whatever remaining yeast is still kicking in there, and then bottle it, and hopefully they don't
explode.
Now,
hand grenades.
is this something that you would do in a firkin with a bunghole?
The old firkin in the bunghole.
In an
The old
impregnated
firkin in
cask
the bunghole.
case.
My new shirt.
No, actually, some of the stuff I brought you is similar to that.
Nice.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Should I keep that chilled?
Huh? Yeah, that's for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can keep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's
chill
just
it. Don't.
Yeah, you can chill it. It was ironically enough in my refrigerator,
All right. Fair.
but it's
I knew the
it's-
one was cold. So
Yeah, the one was cold. That lambic is like a goose style.
now, are those things that are going to be released so we could drink them on a show? Or
No, those
All
are
right,
just
all right.
all tests.
Fair. All right. Well, it's just fun.
R&D.
These are exclusive beers.
They're exclusive beers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah. And one is the one in the bottle is, which is a similar bottle to
Mm-hmm.
that, is was 100% conditioned at like 61 degrees
Okay.
for over a year.
Very specific.
Because it was more like traditional. I wanted it to be like more traditional, like lambic kind of conditioning temperatures. So yeah, that's what our basement is. So 61 degrees.
61 degrees.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the other one's a little bit warmer, a little bit funkier, has more acid. So
Okay.
more bacteria kicking.
So that was a 4 1/4 from the official score, Matt. What would you give that?
Even as the guy that's not a fan of this, I can't help but acknowledge that it was really good. Like, great quality, well made. The flavoring was good, and it wasn't, like I said, like a turn you off, like, which I could easily be, like the Lambics and stuff usually are too tart, too out of my range of happy zone. If I was going to look for something like this, I would like this one. I'm going to go 4.
Nice.
Nice. It tells you how good it is. The two guys that should have hated it.
Yeah. That's why as soon as
Rated it.
I read the back of it before we started, I was like, I'm not going to like this, Pete. Maybe not either.
Like-
I'm like, I'm going to feel bad shitting on it because I know it's going to be a good beer, but I just ain't got to do it. And then I'm like, oh man, like despite myself, that surprised me. Like, I knew it's a good brewery. I knew it's going to be a good beer, but I just I'm not going to like it. And I actually appreciated it, I'll say.
Nice.
Like, so good on them.
Yeah, it's well executed.
So real quick, as we get into getting ready for this next one, this Saturday, we got a Two Beerded Guys special event.
Saturday.
So join us at Books and Brews Noblesville. Unfortunately, they are going to be closing their location, and Saturday is their last day. And really,
Drink them dry.
yeah,
Drink them dry.
yeah. So if you know anything about specifically me, but I think these guys are going to be a good part of this. Like, we're finishers. We are finishers. So
That was your nickname in the neighborhood, right, John?
Yes, I am known as a finisher.
Not I thought it was the.
As the finisher. Yep, I'm the finisher. And I know Tyler's going to be.
I feel like Tyler and I, you're the finisher,
Yes.
and Tyler are the finishettes or something.
Yes,
like where you're,
yes. We're going to come together. We're going to be a
We're your
great
backup
team.
vocals.
But yeah, we're going to drink them dry. And you know, if you want to be a finisher, you can join us too. Help drink them dry. And really, all day. I mean, I think we're going to.
I feel like he's really looking at me to push a button. I'm like, I don't know what to push after that.
We're going to get there probably between 3 and 4, and then we're going to be there, the rest of the night, and we're just going to sit them out with a big blast, big bang, and finish them.
But not literally a bang. We're not blowing up a property. That's illegal.
I'm gonna finish them off, and it's gonna be good.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Once
There's so
again,
many button pushing opportunities. I'm like, I don't even know what to push.
It's gonna be all right.
once again, John is preparing for prison. He's finishing off people. He is
Remember your hand lotion.
He's got his pocket out. If you know what that means,
He's-
you watch any prison show.
I watched Prison Break. Yeah, I know what that is.
Let's move on
John's keegling right now. We're talking.
No sock popping.
to the Mass Landing Brewing Company, the Gunner's Daughter Milk Stout. Stout brewed with natural flavors. And you know what? That's a whole lot going on in that description.
We just
A
know the
beautiful
base stuff.
aromatic and balanced milk stout with delicious notes of peanut butter, coffee, and dark chocolate.
Notes.
Yep, contains lactose, does not contain peanuts or nuts. Damn it. All right, I'm all ready.
Yeah, I thought it was just going to be a basic, so and I think it is a basic. It's interesting that they stated that it has those notes in it because.
It smells good though.
Okay.
So yeah, we
But
gotta
the
understand.
last one smelled. Oh, it looks fantastic though.
But it's
It
all
looks like a
natural
milk
stuff.
stuff.
It doesn't contain peanuts or nuts. Like it's just gonna be more like hops or malts that are giving it that flavor, or is it gonna be like additives? We think.
That's an additive.
Yes.
It's really nutty.
It's really nutty.
Can we
That's
cool
how
down? I mean,
John
that
likes
was
it
a
when
good.
he
One.
says
It's
that.
really
Good.
nutty.
Do you want more?
I think I'm good with this. 5-4, thank you.
Emergency, we can't get this open.
Oh my goodness.
No, just try opening it like we can't. It just turns.
I poured the chunks into his glass.
Oh, so there were chunks.
No.
Give me the box cutter.
Just open it, puss.
No, seriously.
Jeez, goodness gracious.
No.
Yeah, it just
we've,
bends.
we've already been doing that. That's the thing. We got that part.
It bends! Why did it come off?
Exactly.
Can I use the box cutter now?
All right, well, we got back to main camp so we can watch this.
All right, let's push the beer around while
I'll have a beer.
as John cuts his finger off.
Right?
I know, I'm cutting away.
Cutting
We
away.
should just use the cork opener, but you know.
So before we taste it, it does smell really good.
I was gonna say,
I
additives or not, the
know
smell
it's
is
going to
pretty
happen
good.
after reading the can. I'm going to be disappointed, but it smells so peanut buttery and stouty. And
Yeah.
it smells exactly like what Off-Screen Matt and I like.
Yes.
It's- and John's boss. Aha, you give me shit. You still cut it, and you still couldn't open a wine bottle.
Also, you couldn't either.
I didn't have a knife, and I still can't, and he still can't open it.
It's still.
It's my favorite.
You know what you should do is treat it like you're christening a ship. Just break that bitch over the bow.
I think I say treat it like your Pete. I really think I say treat it like your prison roommate and clench.
Nope, there it is.
Pucker,
It's
pucker. That was the
been
word.
the prison show because John's been saying very inappropriate stuff.
Yeah, clenching,
Never.
puckering, taken care of,
Oh, gentlemen.
things like that.
I make sure you finish and you're done.
I'm gonna make sure.
All right.
You know,
And let's look at that
outside.
can art.
Right?
Let's talk about the positives before we get to the negatives on this. Who went first on the last one? I went first on the last one, so John gets to go first this time.
I think you got it.
So while he's still farting around with this,
I gotta be honest, this isn't hateful
I
though.
think it's there. I think so.
I just the smell's pretty good. The
Another
taste
satisfied customer.
isn't bad. I mean, it's a light flavored stout that's got a thinner body, but the flavor's not overwhelmingly. It's 5.5.
super light. I think.
Yeah,
Is
so
it?
it's
5.5.
pretty drinkable as far as ABV goes. Lighter body than I'd care, but the flavors that are in it, it's like hint o peanut butter, hint o chocolate. Like it's not.
It's a lot of coffee.
It's
So
bit of
I'm a coffee guy.
Which
I
I'm not a
don't-
coffee guy, but I think it's more like just the roast of the malts more than the actual coffee flavor, personally. But
It could be that combination.
I don't know. I think it's not too
You're
bad.
looking, you
for what
want
it is.
more?
Oh no, I'm just looking at. Okay.
Hey, Hooked on Phonics Pete read it correctly. So,
Allegedly.
well, you know what? Nobody else can see the back of the can on screen.
It's not. It's not bad.
I mean, it's not
just-
right home like this beer's amazing.
Hey,
but
it has good legs.
it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It has
I mean,
good-
so it's
you
very
have a
watery. It's
shitty
very
glass.
watery.
You have
It
a
is.
shitty glass for
I would
legs.
never think that this is 5.5%. I'd say it's like 4.
Right. Yeah, like
Yeah,
3.5, 4.
It's so thin.
It is.
It almost seems more like it should have been a porter, like with the body. And like if this would
Ooh,
have
a
been
dark porter.
if this had been like marketed as a porter, I think this would be looked upon a little more highly.
Chocolate mild.
And I'm really confused. I had no clue it was going to have like chocolate and peanut butter. I thought it was just a basic milk stout.
Yeah.
You didn't read the back of it.
I did
you?
not read it. No.
But you know
Look
what?
at It looks like a freaking dark mild with chocolate in it.
Yeah. No. It's.
So before we rate this, if it was labeled a porter with all this stuff, would a dark porter,
Like a brown porter.
brown porter, whatever you want to label it, would you rate it differently than what it is rated in that can right now?
No, I would be like, because it needs
'Cause it
more
missed-
body.
It missed.
A session brown porter.
They miss it across. They miss it across the board. Oh,
I mean, if nothing else, do some
it's
like
5.5. I mean,
do some oat in it, make it a little creamier at least in the mouthfeel.
you know what? It is a summer stout though. You can drink this sucker.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the
Guinness is
mid-heat
4, right?
And just power right through this
Right.
sucker. I mean, everybody else is drinking Pilsners, and you're like, hey, I'm drinking this milk stout. Look at this.
Actually,
Power right there, because it's a little watery.
and just saying that, like, this is kind of more like not flavor wise, but like consistency wise and ABV wise, like more Guinness comparable. Like it's brown water, it's got a thin body, it's light ABV, it's drinkable. I guess it's still a stout, but like this kind of makes me think of that Guinness realm of stout.
This is, I
Where
already
e-
wrote it down, new name. It's the Summer Stout. You need a Summer Stout. It's a little lighter, but like rich in flavors.
They're trying to sell
I'm
it.
not mad at that idea.
I'm not trying to sell it. I don't have to vote first. You do.
Do I
I
go-
get it. I get it.
Am
I
I
get
first
to
on that
come in.
one?
Yes, you are. I just went first. Hold on. It goes John, Andrew, Petey. John, Andrew, Petey. There we are.
All right. No, so I
I'm
don't
lying.
think the yeah.
I gotta go first. Shit. My math was off on that one. All right. So
You have one thing.
No, he doesn't apparently anymore.
no, I'm writing it down. I didn't have to count.
Oh yes, sir. What are you doing? Where are you going to go with this one?
So I'm gonna give it a. Oh man, I'm gonna give it a 3.25.
Oh, it's above average for you.
You know what?
Oh,
Like I said, it is a summer stout, and that's a new genre. He's gonna go back and he's gonna like, man, I've added this shit. Summer stouts. This is what we're gonna do. It
Yeah, 'cause
used to be
it's not
called the
Christmas
Wee
yet,
Mac.
but yeah,
It
we're
used to
gonna
be
do
called the
Summer
Wee
Stouts.
Mac, but we're gonna call it a summer stout now.
I get down with a summer stout. I'd have a summer stout.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
we make summer stouts. Let's see, we'll have one that's like 14% alcohol in June, I think.
That's
Yeah,
actually
that's not a drinkable. Summer
to
stout
me.
is-
That's even better, for being honest. Like,
You're like, honey, why you drink? I drink 3 beers at the pool. I'm wasted.
Nothing says 4th of July like a 14% barrel-aged beer.
yeah, because
go
you know what?
Well,
big.
Go
Well,
big.
in
it's-
this group, yes.
It's
Right.
hot outside. What's going to happen? Your beer's going to get warm. You know what's good warm? Stouts. So why
Exactly.
not make a big, healthy, girthy stout that's just going to get warm outside with you?
And when that thing warms up too much, you're in the pool, get a big ass cup, freaking throw it in there and throw a couple scoops of ice cream, boom,
Done.
done.
You shut your mouth over there.
This-
Why would you
this
tempt
dude-
me with something like
He is
that?
speaking dirty
I know.
right now.
Are you married?
I
I was gonna say because women should be hopping on you right now, throwing out their ice cream milk stouts. Just hop in my pool and ride this, baby. My goodness, but I don't know what's going on.
So I'm gonna have to play the Tyler role here.
I'm trying to
so
get
you're
knock
gonna
on the
be a dick.
tracks.
Yeah.
That's great.
It doesn't say summer stout on the can. So it says milk stout.
It's Pete
And you know
said
what?
it said summer stout.
No, it from a milk stout standpoint, it is
Milk
below
dick?
average. From milk dick, it is it might be better if it had dick in it. I don't even know. Maybe it had a better body at least. But
John went back to
it is
prison.
a below average
show.
milk stout, just in general.
Okay.
And it's not that it's horrible. I would drink it again, but I'm not gonna go buy it. I'm gonna go 2.5.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't think you and I have ever been a point apart.
And
Ever.
and we're not. We're 0.75.
No, I said
3.25. And I said 2.5.
I'll say a 3.
So average.
Oh snap!
So that is a 3 average.
That was just to make him like do math on that one, right?
And off screen, Matt, how do you feel about this, buddy?
2.91.
A little distraught and confused. Like,
Like the rest of us.
I honestly don't think it's a bad flavor. The body is lacking, especially for a stout, even more so for a milk stout. But the flavor's not bad. I would drink it, but I definitely wouldn't search it out. It's definitely mismarketed or not hitting what I think it should be for the style. I'm gonna give it a 2.75.
My man.
Because I don't know. I think it's a little below average for what it is, but flavor wise, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
And Rob McDonald says, "Can Pete say summer stout 5 more times fast?"
I would go that one before this one.
Oh, okay.
I was just
so the
hoping
guess.
on a good note.
I will not.
We might veto that one just in
That's
lieu
fair.
of.
Mouthfeel, like, that's going to be a thick boy.
All right.
That
We'll
one
do
might
it.
be thinner.
We'll do it. All right.
All right,
That might be
so
just, like,
we're gonna go.
syrupy, like
Yeah, I guess it's gonna be.
All right.
Um,
So summer style, summer style, summer style, summer style, summer style. Boom, got it done. All right,
Nice job.
I had to do that.
That's quick.
All right, thank you.
so,
So
before we get into the beer, right? Because we've got some time.
yes, thank you.
We've talked a lot about Andrew working at Sun King, doing the barrel program, but you've got other interests.
Mm-hmm.
What is? I mean, what did you just spend money on? What do you have in your backyard now?
Oh, no, I love cooking outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
In your
So you're
favorite
not
thing
into
to cook
Civil War.
outside.
no, I'm not into Civil War at all.
Or World War II.
You're in the
Or World War
smoke.
II.
You're in the over 35
Yeah,
smoking
War.
camp, right?
100%.
yeah.
100%.
But your main thing you like to cook, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is pizza.
I love pizza.
Okay.
Well, which
As
goes
everyone
better.
should.
Yeah, I mean, it goes
Fucking America.
perfectly. But I built like a 20,000 pound pizza oven. In my backyard.
20,000 pound.
Like it holds that big of a pizza, or it weighs that much.
It weighs
It
that
weighs
much.
that much.
So
Like, 'cause that's like the world's biggest pizza.
literally.
That's 10 ton.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
10 ton pizza oven.
I don't know. I just throw out numbers. But anyways,
That's a big. You know, that's a really big number.
it is a really big number.
Size of this house, big number. But it's good. It's
You
good.
know,
I'm ready.
you know,
I'm ready to cook
10
10,000
ton.
pizzas in your
Let's
oven.
do
so
it.
it's good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But it's
You want to stick your
it
pizza
is
in his oven?
solid concrete. That thing is
Am I-
very,
oh,
very, very,
So,
very, very heavy.
So
Even the stand is solid concrete.
as a guy, so Ron McDonald's commented a couple of times. We make pizzas from scratch on a pizza stone on the Weber. So we'll get it up 900 degrees, throw pizzas in, whatever. So what is your flour of choice when you go to make your
It depends.
pizza dough?
It depends what I'm making.
You're
So
a waffler, man.
I'm that guy where
He's
it,
not a waffler. He's got different styles he's making.
all right.
it
all right.
literally it depends. I've got 2 mills also, so
Okay.
I'll mill.
Is that right
All right,
beside your
that's-
20,000
So
pound
I
pizza
like
oven?
it. So we're
It depends.
we're big Italian,
It
big
depends.
a big Italian flour family. I'm Italian by
Genetics.
genetics. You know, I didn't choose it. It's just there. Some Italian threw some seeds somewhere, and I came out. So, but we like that. We let our dough rise for 3 days, all that good stuff. And then fire in. So, if you were gonna make a pie in this fancy oven you got in your backyard, what is your favorite pie to make?
Oh, geez. I would say one of my favorites that I've been making in the last like year and a half. I love Chris Bianca's stuff from Pizzeria Bianco in Arizona. You
Okay.
should check him out. He's got books and stuff that are pretty badass. But I use a sourdough starter and I do sourdough pizzas.
Nice.
So all naturally like fermented. Of course with, with what I do.
Yeah. Naturally
So, like,
Naturally fermenting.
What are your toppings? What are you gonna go on that
so,
sourdough crust?
I've like ripped off his. It's just amazing. It's literally garlic, olive oil, oh my god, like pistachios that are ground up and red onion,
True
and a
Italian
little
pizza.
bit of cheese, like little just light dusting,
They have,
and it is
mozzarella.
so
Parmesan.
it's like
Parmesan.
Usually it's just like a little bit of parm,
Okay,
yeah,
I like it.
and then a little bit of
Do
olive
you
oil
roast
in
your
there.
garlic beforehand, or you throw it on raw?
So I throw it on basically and try to brush it with olive oil.
Okay.
Underneath it, and then try to par cook it, pull it out, throw the pistachios on there, red onion, olive oil, throw it back in, finish it,
All right.
and it is insanely good.
Are all San Marzano tomatoes made equal?
No, absolutely not. Nope,
They're not.
nope. So actually, the ones I've tried a lot of the ones that come from Europe, but like the ones that are actually I think like grown in the U.S. taste better.
All right.
Yeah,
I think I remember having this conversation with
They
you.
have less
Yeah.
can flavor.
yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
They just sit in a can less time.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Climate. Oh, it's insane. Like,
So,
if you really want to dive into it, it's out of control, like the pizza dog.
It is. So my big thing that we love to do on our pizza was we'll roast our garlic heads. So just wrapping them in aluminum foil, pour olive oil, roast the shit out of them, and then they just squeeze out and it takes the bitterness out. Then we'll take that, mix that with olive oil, smash it down, and then put it on the pizza. And it's amazing.
It's
like
so
anybody
good,
will eat it. Like people are like, I don't like garlic. I'm like, wait until I'm done with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, your breath reeks. Your breath reeks. You know why? Because you just ate a ton of garlic. You didn't even know it. That's what I did to you. I got all up in there.
Roasting garlic for garlic mashed potatoes and
Yes.
anything like that is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Roasting garlic in anything. Somebody's like, oh, I don't like it. And I'm like, because you're stupid. I'm like, I can't be friends with you. There's two things. Three things. You don't like garlic. You don't gamble or drink. If you got two of those, I'm not friends with you. Like you can eat garlic and drink, great. You don't gamble, awesome.
Yeah, we're good.
You gamble and you garlic, great.
You
Gamble and garlic.
You gamble and you garlic.
That's called being
Gamble and
Italian.
garlic.
Gamble and garlic.
Gamble and garlic.
All right, gamble and garlic.
You
That is
gamble
a
and
great
you
name.
That's the name of Pete's like backyard little poker establishment there.
Or garlic and gamble. Which one sounds better?
Yeah,
Garlic and you gamble.
because you poker in the back always, right?
Oh, it's a bunghole liquor.
And then there's that one. All right, let's move on. Thank you, Prison John. We have River North Brewery single cast. The XO Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. It's barrel number 23 Utah bourbon, vintage 2021. So it's really old. Like if you're going to a wine, it's fresh, it's new, it's great. It came with a giant wax cap.
It's River North. It is going to be fresh and new and great.
John made me
I don't wanna
cut the
oversell
cap
before I
off
try it.
early on because he was worried he was going to take too long. I'm not Tyler. I got you.
You're right. I was worried about that. I've
He
seen
was
Tyler
like,
struggle with this.
please cut it off. It looks really good. while
It should
pouring.
have a real thick body.
It's
If I know them at all.
It better.
better.
Yeah, if I knew the River North was coming, I probably should have done the glass rinse. That's my best. Sorry, boys.
You're good.
No, it's.
No, River North deserves a glass rinse.
But you know what I like is, I've been on here enough times. You guys are River North people. I understand this. And every time I'm like, they're going to have a shitty one. You know what?
You really haven't
It's
yet.
bad that
They haven't.
The
And I'm
last
like-
time that we had one last week, we were like, we kind of wish they had a whiff just so we could be like, see, we're not just fanboys. We're fair,
fanboys.
but they just keep making good stuff every
Hey,
time.
I don't like anyone. And I've liked everything they've thrown out. So
Oh,
it does. Damn it. All right, what's the ABV before we
It
pull it
smells
off?
kind
Oh,
of
shit.
stone
All right.
fruity.
So
Yeah.
we're on the ABV.
yeah, it's always fun with them to try it.
All right. Guess number 1. I already saw it, so.
I'm going to go 13.8.
Okay.
12 and a half.
Okay. What do you think out there, boss?
Oh, that's delicious. Oh yeah, this is what we always save them for last, because no matter how bad that beer is gonna be, this is gonna usually be the up crescendo here. What'd you say, John?
I said 13.8.
You said 12?
12 and a half.
12 and a half.
I hate to price right you, John. 13.7.
You guys will be
No, you
disappointed.
didn't.
You all missed. It's 11-2.
Oh.
So
Really?
it is. You know what?
It's just with them. I expect so. Usually they're upper, but
it doesn't drink like a 13.
no, it doesn't. That just me like with
It's
track
not boozy.
record.
It smells boozy. It smells like you're like all of a sudden you're like
Got a lot of chocolate.
it does.
I'm getting some stone fruit from it. Almost barley wine-esque.
See, okay.
Tootsie Roll.
I can agree with that. Kind of
Yeah.
both.
You know what I like about
Yeah.
them?
Smells like
Okay.
a Tootsie Roll.
They didn't throw anything
Let
on
me
here
see
that
that Tootsie
says,
Roll.
here, this is what you should look for. Imperial Stout, Asian Bourbon Barrel. Suck it, drink it. This is what you're going to get.
Really says that on the label?
Yeah,
Suck it, drink it,
actually,
enjoy.
That would be fantastic. Suck it, drink it, get out.
Get out.
That's what's above John's present cell. No rebuttal.
I'm going to go back over to Boone County, and I'm going to claim one of those. With Boone County Gel Distillery, I'm going to claim one of those cells. That's one right up there.
That'd be
You know
great.
what? That was fantastic when we went, though.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Really neat place.
Great people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nikki was awesome.
Nikki was awesome. She's family.
Yeah, one of the
Family
part owners
members.
of the family of owners.
Yeah, she was fantastic. That was a really cool location. They're not open yet for internal stuff, right?
Yeah, and she told us, like,
They
don't know how to run a restaurant. They just know how to distill.
They need a restaurateur
Yeah.
to take over. They need somebody with entrepreneur background.
They need somebody with a 20,000-pound pizza oven.
He's like, nah.
Oh, that's like probably 11. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, it won't fit into prison, man. Like, it's not like
He's not going to move that.
It's
right?
not movable
That
in the
is
state of
not
Indiana.
The foundation itself is about 6 inches thick with about 200 pounds of rebar in it, and then the stand has another probably 100 pounds of rebar in it. That's all cinder block. That's solid. So I filled in all the cinder blocks with concrete, and then there's a deck that's a 5-inch deck that has 200 pounds of rebar in it. That's solid concrete.
And surprise, Beth wants to move next year.
Exactly. No, that thing's staying with
So
and it's about probably half a foot thick. No, maybe a little bit more than that. Insulated with refractory concrete and brick and all sorts of shit, so it can match our house.
You said
So if you guys didn't understand on this, he just went like this. If you can see the old flop on the table.
You see
That's just the pizza oven.
Yeah,
You say
that's-
thick one more time. Say thick one more time.
it's
Just free willing.
you just gotta flop it up there. There it is.
There is something about this though that kind of throws me off.
Well, I think it's a little more of like a sharper chocolatey finish. Which
thin.
I kind
It
of...
is.
For an imperial stout.
It's
Very much
11.
imperial
It's not
stout.
13.
Yeah, but I
Just
mean, 11 is
mouthfeel, guys.
mouthful. Yeah, it's not syrupy. It's not clinging to the glass.
Now, I will say,
It's
the
not clean to
wonderful
the glass.
guest that knows more than most, he did say put it second to last because it would be
did.
less syrupy.
You did.
Possibly.
It could be. It needs to just be a little bit heavier. That'd be
Yeah.
my thing. Just a little bit more.
A smidge.
Leave it another month.
And you can leave it at 11% alcohol if you dial it in right. It just
Yeah, it's this for me is it's not a miss on their part, but this is not the normal River North that I expect.
Oh, so it's not a miss. Wait, so I'm going to just start off, since I don't have to vote. I do like it.
You do have to vote.
How do you not
Not
vote?
first.
I know.
Last.
I go first this time.
Exactly.
Oh, he means
I've gone
right
first
now.
like 5 times in a row somehow.
Yeah.
But
John keeps Jedi mind tricking you into thinking it's your turn. That's why.
I guess damn Mandalorian over there.
So I am.
He's also a
I mean,
Jedi.
are you gonna go? I mean, no.
Yeah, I mean, did you ever try combining like your two badges and costumes that you have, like
I've got a Jedi outfit.
a Jedi Lorian? Like, did you ever do one of those?
No, because they're really they fight against each other. They're enemies.
Are they?
All the time?
Yeah.
I don't want Star Wars.
I feel like the Mandalorians are kind of like equal opportunists. Like,
Yeah. They're ancient enemies of the Jedi. So
Right when I started, when
yeah.
people got into Star Wars, I found vaginas, and I lost all.
and look at you now. You smoke meat because you never see vagina.
That's absolutely correct. I got married. Last time I saw a vagina, my daughter was born. I mean, it was crazy. 9 years ago. It was,
Ah,
yeah, that's a dress belt.
I mean, it was bad. It was
It's almost as bad as Matt's.
it's like Undertaker.
Mine's
it's,
my choice.
Mine is too. It's because I choose not to, not because they do. It's my choice. It's like
There's
Undertaker.
some truth to that.
Yeah, it's kind of like Undertaker at WrestleMania. We call it the streak.
So I'm gonna go 375 on it. I wouldn't seek this one out again. I'm a 375.
I'd do the same thing. 375. It's just kind of have a sample and be done with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
It's the average is 3.75. I'm gonna go 3.5.
All right. That might be the lowest River North beer we've rated.
You know what? You know the best part is
Tyler told you to drink it.
Tyler is having a meltdown right now. How would you rate them that low?
How would you? He
son
probably
of
is
a
watching. He
bitches.
probably is watching
You-
it now as he's driving down.
You garbage person.
Oh. Yeah. So that's the 3.75 average.
There's two things that make me happy in life:
Pissing Tyler off.
pissing Tyler off, and then pissing everybody else off.
Yeah.
But Tyler comes first.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Just like in the bedroom.
everything.
I'm gonna say that because he's not here. So.
You'd say it if he was here.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't be teed up.
What would you give this, Matt?
There's a lot going on in this thing.
I think I'm a little jaded because of River North themselves,
Yeah,
like, you know, their own
I know, I've
success,
never
and we've
mind.
mentioned, like, you know, some of the stuff's so good when we have other things, like, it just sometimes it doesn't measure up to what we're used to from them. But if I didn't have other River North, like, and I had just had this, like, as the first River North compared to other stouts that I had, I'd be like,
Another one.
all right, this is still pretty damn good. I'm gonna go 4, because I would have no problem drinking this again. I would actually like to have more of it. I'll go a little bit higher than you guys, I guess, but I think a 4 is pretty fair.
I've not seen that before, where he votes higher than the rest of the group. It's rare.
Yeah, but-
It's
yeah,
rare.
It's rare.
All right, so let's get out of that weird conundrum where it's not the best beer we've ever had because it's River North. Listerman Brewing Company, because we've had a lot from them.
We have.
Yeah.
They're a pendulum. They can hit some home runs. They can hit some bunts.
So, and I don't think they've ever been the last beer. They're always towards
Maybe
the front.
they're no. They're usually towards the end because they're usually like
They're
high
usually
gravity
stout.
stouts. But
Are they?
We've kind of learned not to put them last in case it's not one of their best,
Okay.
which has been a streak more than less
Pontoon
lately.
X Listerman. Atlanta Banana Pancake Cabana. Pastry stout aged in bourbon barrels with bananas, hazelnut spread, pancake mix, maple syrup, vanilla, spices, and lactose. Oh, shit. So, with that title, before you smell it or anything, what is the ABV? Did you already see it?
I didn't.
I did.
You did.
John and I picked these out. I was like, "Oh, it's that."
Yeah, this was just like a 14 something, right?
Well, I mean, he was asking Andrew, but way to barge in there. Yeah, like
It's up there.
it's way up there,
I don't know.
like up north.
Up north.
So while he's pouring, and speaking of barreling, I hate to
Dark.
keep asking similar questions on stuff that you do for your day job. I'm sure you like a break,
No,
but
you're fine.
considering our platform we're on here, Rob says, did Pete say banana hammock? I'm pretty sure he did. It's the best thing to say if there's an awkward silence in any group.
Yes,
I
thank
guarantee
you.
that.
Thank you, Rob.
Dynamic.
But
Rob's the same guy that literally has shut up every conversation we've been in. He told me today a threesome story. So while we're having lunch, and I'm like, oh, well, thank you.
good for him.
Thank you, Rob.
And your banana hammock.
And your banana hammock. Oh, that's why I didn't go on vacation with them.
Oh, so this was the collab one, right?
This was a collab.
Okay, I missed that one. People.
I mean,
Dude,
it's dark.
it didn't say it on there.
on the front where it says Listerman X something below the guys on the couches.
I said
Was it start with a P? maybe?
Pontoon X
Yeah.
Listerman.
Yeah,
I
so
said it.
Yeah, I just forgot this was that one.
Taste.
But maybe again a question if you don't mind, Andrew. But with like the whole selection of a barrel, you kind of mentioned earlier you have a guy. You got a wood guy.
I got a bunch of wood guys.
Like, is it
Banana, maple.
just kind of cultivating relationships with people that can supply them to you and they make their own? Is it more searching out like different distilleries for things for different qualities? Is it just kind of a victim of what's available? Some kind of
all the
combination.
above.
Okay,
Actually,
really?
there are several people I use. That's like my first go-to that are brokers. because I know what they've got constantly every day coming in, like truckload wise.
Okay.
But I do also utilize distilleries. We're gonna start doing more West Fork barrels.
Okay.
So some local, like, whiskey barrels. We've got our own whiskey going too.
Oh,
Sun
really?
King does, because we've got our own distillery.
Is it on the hush hush or is that?
No.
Okay.
No. So eventually
It's good.
down the road we'll have we'll be using our own stuff. More so. But still, I like to use stupid things from Buffalo Trace.
Right. I mean, you mentioned Pappy. I'm like, well, if you can get Pappy, you got to get Pappy.
Right? Or even the older wild turkey barrels are awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Full of flavor.
Yeah.
Full of flavor.
Yeah, and it carries over really well in the beer as well. So it really depends what's coming out. I mean, I've had the weirdest stuff this year that I haven't gotten in years. This has to be, no one's talking about it, but this has to be true. That I was able to get a bunch of, they were 2 months out of being 15-year Weller. And so the previous allotment I got was 10-year Weller, but then they were actually blended into old Rip Van Winkle. Mm-hmm. So I think Buffalo Trace doesn't have enough supply to supply the Van Winkle family what they need. So one of my buddies is I'm pretty sure, because they didn't do George T. Stagg this year, but they ended up selling me fresh, hot off the press, freshly dumped, almost 15-year Weller, which I'm that's got to be for Pappy Van Winkle, 15 years. So, I mean, I've just gotten the most random things, but they're stamped as Weller, which I'm all right. I mean, people say, Weller 12 is poor man's Pappy.
Oh, yeah, that's...
So you got a Weller 15.
That's the way I was taught, to look for Weller, was poor man's Pappy. It's the stuff that the barrels that didn't get selected.
Yeah.
Whether that's true, false, or other.
Amazing.
But,
It's great. And it's great.
Yeah.
But those have been my favorite, I think, in the last, couple years, the Weller stuff with what we're doing. Mm-hmm. And it's just, what we're getting out of that is just, banging. It is freaking vanilla and butterscotch and dark fruit characteristics. It's just everything you want out of a really solid bourbon.
Now, with the barrels being used for bourbon, I know that's a one shot and done per bourbon law, and then brewers and everybody get their hands on it. How many times do you get to reuse it after you get a hold of one, or do you guys even in the beer community, you guys exchange or trade out oh hey, I got a 15-year Weller, what do you got, you want to swap out? Do you guys do that back scratch?
I mean, I do that with
some
of my friends. I'd just talking shit. I mean, anyone does, I'm check out what I got. I'm fuck you. It's kind of show and tell. No, we really use for the spirit program barrel beers, primarily one and done. I mean,
really?
I strip that thing.
So what do you do with
after it's impregnated?
afterwards?
You just take it all out. Is that what you're saying?
Huh?
Once it's impregnated, you just remove it all out.
Just remove it all out. Just grab it by the horns and take it out. No, so what we'll do with it is extract the beer from it, figure out what we're gonna do, and then what I've been doing is I've got a lot of great relationships with some of my other brokers, and I'll actually sell those barrels back to brokers, and then they'll sell them, and people will make planters and furniture and stuff, and then I'll get a credit or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've heard of a couple of distillers that want to do vodka, rum, whatever. Mm-hmm. They'll throw them back into a stout barrel that was something else, and it pulls in crazy flavors, right? You're gonna pull in stuff that you would never get from that normal barrel.
Oh yeah, that's what we do with West Fork.
Okay.
Right now, so we've got I don't know if we're gonna call it a blonde barley wine or not, but we created a blonde barley wine. It's more like a barley wine.
Is that kind of pioneering, like the blonde stouts or the white stouts, kind of one of those kind of deals, or
we're just probably gonna call it a barley wine because I mean it's really a nice dark copper color.
Right.
Or you can get some caramel coloring and put in there, right?
Yeah, that's not.
No. We're not bringing that can back up. Thank you.
No, definitely not.
Call that a throwback to hour one.
Thank you.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it earlier, but I really want to know because you're talking about that coverage that does the impregnation of the barrels. Mm-hmm. But when you did the Mexican Caliente, mm-hmm. was that actual hot sauce barrels or was it one of those impregnated?
No, it was impregnated. But it was impregnated. But then I did use real ancho chilies and then a little
Yeah,
bit of
chilies are
cayenne
good.
pepper, then chocolate, and then vanilla.
That sounds
then-
amazing.
Whoa, we're now hitting proprietary territory
Right.
here, right?
It's Mexican hot chocolate, but then
Yeah.
Ooh.
and then the cinnamon whiskey barrels. So there is cinnamon also, but
Ooh.
then it was cinnamon whiskey, and then it was bourbon.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That
as
is
a chili guy, I used that in one of my chilies.
Did you win?
I did.
I
I tend to change my recipe every single time based
Sorry,
on
I
what I have
asked.
available.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be honest with you. I did. And then I was very upset when I went to go make it again. It was gone. I'm like, oh,
I might
you
have.
should not use.
I might have like 5 more of
You,
these.
should not use shit.
Just use
that,
Abraxas. It's totally fine.
Yeah. So I'm.
No, I actually bake with ridiculous beers a lot too. So like brownies, like fun brownies.
That's why I laughed at first.
Yeah.
I picked up what you were laying down.
Fun brownies. All right,
Brownies.
we're gonna go
Like,
with that
like
one.
I mean, in our household, it's like, oh yeah,
He means cosmic brownies, everybody.
yes.
Adult brownies, kid brownies. There's a
Apparently,
difference.
if you hit a button
All right.
twice, it makes it stop, John. I learned something new today.
Yeah.
On episode 94, I learned how to stop a button. Push
All
it
right,
again.
So we should talk about this beer.
Yeah, real quick. Rob says it was a foursome, Pete. Get it right.
No,
Not a threesome.
it was. It was a foursome.
And him and his
Thank
banana
you.
hammock. Okay.
I know a friend, a dude, like, he didn't lose his virginity until he was 18, but he lost it in a four-way. I was like, is that like, getting is that like getting your driver's license when you turn 18? Like, you just gotta wait it out long enough, and then you're like, oh, here you go.
Here's my DUI.
Like, I did
Fuck
that
it.
wrong. I should have waited one more year and be like, oh, boom.
All right, so well, it was a great
Right?
conversation. And by the way, Rob and I had great childhoods. So
Can't relate.
so
Is
you
that gonna do
get
with
a
the
lead
foursome?
off here because he went first last time.
Yeah.
So you get a rate.
We haven't
this.
even really talked about this, so.
Yeah.
So all right, so let's talk about Listerman, banana, blah blah blah, hazelnut. It is what it is.
It's a bit of a roller coaster.
It's a 14 and a half.
I'm like, this is tasting pretty good. Oh no, I really don't like this. It's all right. It's okay. No, I don't like it. Like, it's so back and forth.
But it has got so many adjuncts. I think that's a fair description of it. You're like,
It's
ooh, I like
all-
this part.
yeah.
I don't like that. I do like this. I don't like that. But I do love the 14.5.
It's actually not drinking like a 14.5. I think it's
No.
drinking like a 10.
Yeah,
It's
considering
really.
Well,
It gets
put
close
enough
to
sugar
DUI
in
shelf.
this is
thing.
bordering
It's-
DUI shelf.
Yeah.
It is because it ends up at a 10.
Yeah.
And it just got so much stuff in there that I think it masks whatever booze is in it, which should be a plenty at 14.5, but
Right.
you can't tell it because your tongue's navigating this roller coaster ride of flavor.
You throw that ice cream that you were talking
Yeah,
about
there we
earlier.
go.
You throw that on top of there. You're gonna
banana
be,
ice cream.
You're gonna be fat and hammered.
Banana, all right,
It's gonna
banana
be
ice
great.
cream too much.
Banana ice cream.
That's the
Banana
line.
ice cream.
There's a lot of banana in this, so. Ugh.
Yes.
There is, and
Okay,
you know
fine,
what?
chocolate chip.
Hold on.
That I will meet you in the middle at.
You say there's a lot of banana, but literally the first thing it says is banana.
I know, it's supposed
I mean,
to be.
it says
It's
a
supposed to be.
pastry stout aged in bourbon barrels with banana.
Banana is like the one food as a fat guy I just don't like.
How is that possible?
I don't like.
How
I
is
don't
that
like-
possible?
I don't like banana.
Literally, banana's the one fruit that makes you gain weight. As a wrestler, we would eat bananas to gain weight.
And I don't like them, so I don't know. But
Weirdo.
that's like, for me, this is weird to me. But you go first.
I like banana.
Plantains.
I like banana.
That's how you start this on
That's
the
how I
prison
start.
episode?
I like bananas. So,
like
hey,
banana.
Pendleton, all our Pendleton listeners,
Oh, they just
Just
perked
like-
up.
I like banana. No, it's
Oh, God.
it is. It's all over the place.
welcome
to the
show.
The quality of the beer is not the greatest because I was getting a lot of not so great fermentative things and
Yeah.
quality issues. But I mean, I'll give it a 3.5.
okay. Shit, that leaves it up to me, doesn't it?
Yep, you're next.
So I'm gonna give it a 3.75. I liked it. There's a lot of things going on, and then it's a 14.5. I'm still, if it's in the cooler, I'm seeking that sucker out. So,
I like
I'm looking at John.
the cooler adjunct of singing out. Well, if it's an arm's reach, I'm gonna grab it, but I'm not gonna go find it.
Well, you know what?
That pontoon banana beer.
So hold on.
Pontoon banana hammock. Hell yeah, I'll have one of those.
You know what?
Where's
You
my
know,
koozie?
Pete's gonna be tugging on a banana. It's what it is.
Oh god.
Hey,
my
you know
damn
what?
koozie?
It could be my own. It could be this beer's.
Did you say?
Who knows?
John, did you say he's gonna be tugging or chugging on a banana?
Tugging.
Tugging. I'm not.
He's gonna reach
chugging
in
on
and
any
tug that
bananas.
banana.
Listen. This is a family show. We're gonna
Is it?
leave it.
It's never
Well,
been accused
you
of
can
that.
say the F
After
word.
9
You can't
o'clock,
say
it's not a
chugging
family show.
bananas. Until Tyler's on here and we're making fun of him.
Oh.
Then we'll say he's chugging bananas. But I'm gonna say 375. You know what? It's one of those things. It is all over the place on flavor, but at a 14.5, and it drinks at about a 10. It puts me in that right place where I need to be.
Yeah, but in order to get to the right place, you still got to really be able to drink it. You know, and there's just, I don't know how much of this I could drink. Like, I've been everywhere from like a 2.5 to 3.25. Like, I'm still on the same roller coaster.
Really?
Yeah, I'm back and forth. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. I think there are some potential issues, like I was referring to fermentation sort of issues. I'm going to go 275.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
Man, you've been
The
wrong
old
twice
dip.
tonight. You've been wrong twice
Yeah.
tonight. That's awesome.
That's a
So is it
3.25
a-
average, 3.25.
Is
Three
John
and a
having a weird
quarter.
tongue night? Like, is that what's happening? We haven't had one of those in a while.
No,
I don't like John. So Matt, where are you at tonight? Because John's been wrong twice tonight.
I gotta be honest, Pete. You took every part of the words out of my mouth. Like, I went on the ups and the downs of this. Like, it's a weird flavor adventure going through this. I don't know that I love
It is.
where it is sometimes, but I think it's. I would drink this again. I don't think it's bad. I think it could be better, but at 14.5 and the drinkability that I think it has to me, I am going 375. I'm also an ABV whore, so
Nah, thank you.
All right.
that's why Pete and I get
Thank
along.
you, brother.
So as we wrap things up, first I want to apologize to Hood. Not the best
no, you're-
selection of beer tonight. Oh,
Yeah, wait, this is what happens when we try.
I know.
You know how many like insane beers?
You got
like,
one.
I've
In
had
the pocket.
that like.
I mean, I always pull out a good old Revolution, but
Now, we did start off the episode
Yeah.
saying you can't appreciate good beer without having bad beer.
Yeah.
And you
cannot
echoed
be a
that, Andrew.
connoisseur
So
of anything.
I mean, that's the thing.
Yes.
Like
somewhere,
I've
I think we
pulled
might have
so
fucked this
many-
whole episode up by starting with that. I
I
blame
mean,
Yeah.
so many
Snow.
awesome ones from
It's-
my cellar. That
it's
I'm
basically
like,
just
this is
Kevin's
big
fault.
and it's hot garbage, and I'm like, it is what it is sometimes.
So they just
So-
say for someone that doesn't know beer, like, oh, here, try this. Boom, I get to pawn it off finally.
Right?
we do a beer of the night. Now, beer of the night is not always your favorite beer of the night. It's not always the highest rated beer of the night. It is oftentimes like the beer that shocked you or surprised you or just the one that's most memorable of the night for you. So we'll go with Matt first. Matt, what was your beer of the night?
Pass.
Like the
none.
worst one?
Yeah. Like,
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
No bad.
really? I actually, you know what? I'm gonna go with the first beer, the Pilsner.
Pilsner.
Yeah.
Because out of everything we had, and me being a stout guy, no, scratch that.
Pilsner Kansas City.
I'm actually gonna recant. I'm going with the Freem, because that one was
Sour.
one that I, for all reasons, should have not liked, expected not to like, and still was actually pleasantly surprised with. I'm going with Freem.
So for me, beer of the night, the Pilsner's a good solid runner up. Like it was solid.
Yeah, that's the first one I went to, but then like I realized that we had a quality made beer.
I really do want to know if it was something that just got a little bit infected, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna call it a Belgian. Like I do kind of want to know that, but it still is very tasty, very delicious,
That's it, right?
and that is not that one. No.
That's what John picked right there.
You know
No.
what, Pete? You know what we're gonna do with that can?
We're gonna
Fuck it out
fuck
the
that up.
window, sir.
But beer of the night is the Freem beer. That one was. It's what I expect from Freem. It is a solid, wild, crazy, great tasting beverage.
Yeah. Yep. Well, you just nailed it for me also.
Yeah.
That was my favorite. And then I would say my second favorite would be the Allagash one.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
So I'm in that
I
same
could
boat.
crush like a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like so many, bro.
Like so many.
Yeah.
Start renegating them. Yeah, let's go.
I should have hated this. I should have hated it, and I
So
loved
good.
it. Shoulda.
Shut up.
And then this solid. It is exactly what it
Yeah.
said it was. It's fantastic. It's high in the ABV for its
Pilsner.
category. Yeah, I like it. And so, by the way,
Nope.
highest rated, second
Second
highest
highest
rated.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Sometimes
guys,
it plays out that way.
Yeah.
thank you. It's episode 94. Hood, thank you. It's been
Yes,
awesome.
thanks, Andy.
Thank you,
Appreciate you
guys.
coming, man.
And yeah, I guess we'll sign out. We're done for the night. So I'm Mudhog B&Q.
Ugly Pete.
And Andrew Hood.